You're not even doing kinda good, dude.
Imagine being such a nothing that a homeless guy breaks up with you.
I want to kill him.
I want to crash a plane into your head.
I'm just saying, like,
yeah, hold on. That's like,
hold on.
Hold on. You hold on.
I'm standing up.
No.
You miserable, mediocre nothing. You nothing.
Fucking
Common cold, and now you
understanding piece of shit.
So you have a common cold, and now you can't do the podcast.
I did when I'm on the podcast right now. What are you talking about? I just said that.
Don't lie to everyone. You said you might fall out.
No, you were complaining about being tired, and that's when I said I'm gonna crash fucking 45 minutes into this bitch because I'm fucking sick as a. I made some dope ass chicken fucking soup today though.
There goes the template. I told you.
Yeah.
I told you. I fucking told
Didn't take
you.
long, motherfucker.
Didn't take long. We're probably not even on Twitch right now.
No, that's probably just on his end. He's just set things up. Yeah, I made a dope ass chicken soup today though, dude.
Oh, dude, my girl made soup.
Ooh. I put fresh ginger in that bitch, some fresh garlic, all the shit that's like good for vitamin C and good for colds. It was so good, dude. I feel like $1,000,000.
It's amazing how, dude, I wish some doctor during this whole COVID thing was like, guys, just fucking Campbell's chicken noodle soup.
Yeah.
Dude, I wonder how they're fucking, like, do you think they went up in business, the whole chicken noodle soup industry, this whole thing?
Emergency, fucking airborne, fucking all them bitches. They probably, their stocks went soaring, dude. You out of your mind? I remember I remember back in March, I couldn't even get like Dayquil. Like that shit was like sold out.
There's probably a big fight between the canned whatever industry and the can opener industry because now half the fucking products have that
Cans
thing
have
where
tabs.
yeah, you can just like open it like it's a soda can.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm upset when they don't have a tab now because it's kind of like, come on, dude, just put a tab on there. You make me grab my fucking can opener.
100%. But then it's like maybe the ones that don't have tabs also have stakes in the can opener.
Yeah, they got like a backroom deal.
Yeah. They have a contract, no tabs until 2025.
Yeah, that is true.
Why
that's like the wine companies too. They got like half of them don't even have like corks anymore, you know? They just got like regular caps.
I don't know what that's about because I like the corks, to be honest with you.
Me too. I feel like a wine without a cork is kind of, I look down on it. I'm like, it's probably like a scummy.
I like how
corks.
This was the episode that you were going to start doing the spoken intro. So good job.
No, it wasn't. When the fuck did we agree to that?
Oh my fucking God.
No, I said that you suck at the delivery, but you're good at it.
Anyone who listens back to episode 7, you will hear somewhere in the beginning, Gem goes, I'm going to have to do the spoken intro now.
I never said that. That's a lie. That's a farce.
Yeah, hold on.
We have it on tape.
It's recorded, Gem.
Yeah, but watch. Anyone listening after this, go back down and listen to our last and clip it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't trust it. I would have never agreed to that. You had your fucking mind. I suck at.
You even read the outro.
I know I gave it to you because I deleted it on my end, so I don't even have it anymore. So you're gonna have to scroll through your fucking DMs and find this shit to read the spoken intro, bro.
What's up, guys?
Yeah. Oh, I'm
what's
sorry.
up, guys? Unlike you, I don't need to fucking write it down. It's a pretty simple. Guys, this is the Nothings podcast. Thank you for listening. We're on Twitch Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, check out our YouTube, our Spotify. We're on Breaker. We have a link. Go to our Twitter to find all the links. You can catch us on everything except for iTunes. We're gonna be off iTunes soon.
And what else is going on today, Jen? I like this energy.
Yeah, right. And what else is going on is you can email us at askthenothings@gmail.com. That's askthenothings@gmail.com, and we'll read it live on stream, even though we only read one last week. But we have some of those still backed up, right? Though I have
they're in your DMs still. What else is going on today, Jim?
That's it.
It's not. Who else is going to be here today?
It's
Jim?
unreal. It's
real. And we got a guest.
Fucking real.
And we got a fucking guest, motherfucker.
I hope he's listening right now.
I hope. Yeah. Well,
he was your idea to have him on.
I know. I'm excited. I'm
excited too.
So excited. You forgot for a second.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm like even a little bit like upset is just because I'm sick. But I'm not even that sick, so we're good. We're good. But I was like, really? The 1 week I get sick, we have a fucking actual good guest on instead of Ed and fucking Ed and Eddie and fucking Aspie. You know?
You're a big phony.
Did you call T-Tech Aspie?
Why am I a phony?
Yeah, big phone. Hey, how's it going, guys? This is the Nothings Podcast. Everybody gets a t-shirt. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Oh yeah, it's better than being like, "Hey guys, this is the Nothings. You can come look at my Twitter because I spent a lot of time on the header." And yeah, that's how you sound reading the fuck. And you have your little papers that you're shuffling.
I don't have papers.
You're like, I wrote a fucking. It's like it's not a big intro. You just say it's the Nothings Podcast and we're on Twitch. You know?
Fine. So, do you want to keep doing it for now on?
No, I don't. I want.
I'm not doing it.
Yes, you. Why? See, I didn't even say I would do it. You just decided now that I said I was doing it.
Remember last week when Ed said, "So, what is this podcast about? Is it you guys arguing about the podcast for 1 hour and then a guest comes in?" It's like, yeah, that's us. That's basically what this podcast is.
Dude, I spent all week doing all this stuff for the podcast. Meanwhile, you're over here. All you did was me. All you do is argue with Anchor all week and fucking. I'm over here fucking in the trenches.
The back and forth I had with Anchor and Apple, it was by the way, guys, hold on. I have to give credit where credit is due. The email support for Apple Podcasts and Anchor has been phenomenal. They've been so great. They have brought me to their advisors before I even had to ask. So they were very helpful, and we're going to get off.
They were horrendous.
They're horrendous because I was upset that I didn't know what I was doing. So I was mad at everyone. And since they were in the line of fire, I just rolled a tank over on them.
Yeah, no, see, you were perfect for that, though, because if that was me, I would have, like, given up. Because I'm not, like, very, like, assertive. If someone, like, oh, we can't do that, I would have been like, all right. Whereas you probably went in there like, no, I want these answers, motherfucker. You better give me this fucking. You better get this podcast. I'll call my lawyer. You hear me?
Oh yeah, I got real Jewish lawyer on that. They never once were like, we can't do that. They basically said the same answer 4 times, and each time I could tell, oh, they're dumbing it down because I'm a fucking retard.
Do you feel like being in sales like helps you when dealing with like companies like representatives?
Yeah, because one of the things that's really hard about sales is not taking something personally, and it's almost impossible because like at the end of the day, whatever attitude you're getting, it's getting thrown towards your way, you know?
Yeah.
But you kind of just have to fucking move on and understand like, yeah, like you're trying to kind of impose your will on someone. And at the end of the day, you are coming into it with selfish intentions, even though you're also trying to help them at the same time. But whatever, it's just like you just kind of fucking have to let it roll off your shoulder and keep going.
Right. Yeah, that's something I struggle with because I never get angry, but when I'm dealing with like being on hold and dealing with on the phone with people or emails, like I really start to get upset. I don't really like bitch people out, but I will be like, I'll get impatient as fuck, man. Sometimes,
Yeah,
like I said, sometimes I'll just hang up and give up, and I'll just be like, fuck it, I'll just cancel the card. Like I don't even feel.
No,
like
dude,
waiting.
I was on phone support in regards to my Wi-Fi because something was fucked up with it for an hour.
It's not even your Wi-Fi.
For an
You're like, yo, my neighbor fucking put a TV in the way. Now I can't fucking.
Don't worry.
He changed his password.
Don't worry about that. Anyways, I was on the phone with this guy for an hour and 10 minutes. We went through every troubleshoot known to man. And at the end of it, he realized what was happening and he couldn't help anymore. And I'm like, bro, just thank you for helping me and putting me towards the right direction.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll get those really pleasant. Like I was saying earlier, not like a few days ago to you with Bank of America. I always get like the nicest, most wholesome fucking lady in like the middle of the country. And she's all happy and fucking just willing to help me. I've never had a fucking bad experience.
It's like that Louis C.K. joke.
Which one?
The one where it's like, he doesn't want to get the customer service rep that's like, hello, how can I help you? My name's Steve. It's like, no, I need someone who's in the fucking South, just this fat white lady who knows exactly what I'm going through and can help me out. Yeah,
she's had this problem 10 times before, and she actually has a computer and a phone.
It wasn't like her fucking family was eaten by coyotes right before the telephone call, and she's still trying to get through it. Dude, do you have any stories for today?
I was just about to say I got nothing this week, man.
You never have anything, Jem.
I had so many things last week. It's just we never got to them because Ed wouldn't shut the fuck up for 10 minutes. I had so many things. We spent the whole fucking episode arguing about fucking politics when we could have talked about like everything. But really, there's been like nothing, man. I mean, it's. Do
Well,
you
to
have
be
anything?
fair, you brought up the whole fucking Capitol raid thing.
I did. But
Twice.
he brought up politics the other 2 times that led into even longer fucking things. Thing is, I don't really like did anything really happen this week in terms of like entertainment or business or like I don't know. It was a slow week.
I held the samurai sword.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Ooh.
My fucking neighbor is like, yo, you want to see my samurai sword?
Like a
And
real
I'm
one?
It had to be real. It
Oh,
had to
wow.
be. Because he's like, hey, do you want to see my samurai sword? And I'm like, is this like a what's the word? Is this like a G word thing? It's fucking Twitch, dude. He's like, no, I got,
G-word.
for GA.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't say
Why
it
would
for
that
some
be
reason.
that?
I don't know. Do you want to see a guy saying, do you want to see my samurai sword? I don't know.
Oh. Yeah, is that like lingo?
Yeah, I'm getting
Like-
old.
Like, hey, you want to see my sausage I got? I fucking rolled it myself.
Want to see my German spicy meat?
Yeah.
So I go, of course. Like, why would I even say no to this?
Yeah,
Like,
who would say no to that?
I don't care if I'm walking 8 dogs. I'll fucking let him go. Let's do
Walking
this.
8.
So
That's so random.
he goes in, he comes out, and he's got he's like, here, pull it. Like, I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yeah. So I grab it with 2 hands. I start pulling it. I'm like, first thing I say is, dude, this is fucking heavy. He's like, I know. And I fucking pull this thing out, bro. And it's a legit samurai sword. I'm fucking holding this thing like a lightsaber, like, yeah, it's fine. And just, I'm doing like the poses and everything. And it was legit. It was really cool.
Oh, that is cool. Did you get to like slice a watermelon or some shit?
No. It's just that
Oh, I didn't even let you slice anything?
my girlfriend's upset with me because, I forgot to put the protein shakes in, right? Yeah, okay, you
I
still got
guess,
2
man,
more
okay.
in there. Don't worry. Okay, well, you have the vanilla tomorrow. All right, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
You didn't get to slice nothing?
No, I wasn't gonna be like, hey, dude, this new sword that you have, can we fucking?
It's a fucking sword. What do you
Can
mean?
we-
That's like him showing you like, hey, want to see my new fucking Tesla? And it's like, oh, cool. It's like, can we drive it around the block? Nah. It's just for show.
Yeah, but that's almost like, hey, I got my new Tesla. Oh, cool. Can we go off some gnarly jumps with this? I don't want to.
No, that's
Hey,
no,
can I
because
drive it
that's
on
not.
some potholes? I don't want to
No,
do
because a
that.
sword is meant to cut. That's the whole point. It's made to cut.
No, it's
sharpened.
meant to be a talking piece when a girl comes over. That's why he got it.
A girl? Girls don't give a fuck about swords, dude. No, it's not. That's a strictly guy thing.
All right, so it's supposed to be
No
a
girl
talking
has ever
point.
been like, oh wow, you have a sword. Let's go in your bedroom now. That I saw that you fucking have a. They're gonna look at him like, is this guy a fucking weirdo? You buy that on eBay for $1,000, you weirdo.
Let's put on fucking the Karate Kid marathon.
Yeah, let's watch Cobra Kai. I'm getting wet. Like, no one's ever said that. Karate's gay, dude.
Shit. Oh, dude, something did happen though, and you gotta tell me about it. Fucking, because we only went into it real brief. What's up with that guy who lost $280 million worth of Bitcoin?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's been circulating.
Jesus Christ! Why did it sound like you were in a horror movie just now?
What?
Oh, you really do have a cold, bro.
Yeah, I told you, dude. My throat's mad. Fucking.
You sounded like Satan getting fucked in the ass.
Dude, I'm not joking. 45 minutes in, my voice is gonna be like, I'm gonna be coughing. It's gonna be bad.
Don't worry, we'll talk about history and social studies with his name's public, so I guess it's okay to.
Yeah, he's a social stud, though. You know, we're promoting a brand here. We're not. Who cares
I know
about his real name?
I'm gonna ask him what he wants to be called. What happens
He
if
wants
he
to be
wants
called a social stud, dude. That's better for fucking brand.
Fuck you! I'm gonna call him a flamingo.
No, you calling. You know what? We're gonna start calling everyone by their fucking first names all of a sudden.
We can't.
No. When have we ever called each other by our first name? I don't even know you. Well, I do actually, but you don't even know my first name. Even though
but
I
he's
told
an
you
actual. How about you respect his pronouns and you call him by the name? Call him by the name he wants to be
I'll call him
called.
whatever the fuck he wants to be called. I'm just saying he's a YouTuber.
He paints his nails, so he might be like, "Listen, man, you call me Flamingo Ultra every time you address me."
I mean, no, I've actually never painted my nails. I used to know a bunch of kids that painted their nails in high school, though.
I used to doodle paint my nails with magic markers in school, like when I was bored. But that's
Okay,
about
I
it.
did that actually. That's a
Yeah.
good point. I used to
But
use this red permanent marker, and I would make them all red, but I'd wash them after.
But that video he had legit nail polish where I'm like, oh, this guy, like, he must have looked up a YouTube video.
Maybe he has a punk band.
He doesn't have a punk band. What's it called? The Armenian Historians?
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole thing of just dudes out there who paint their nails. What's wrong with it? What's wrong?
Oh, have you seen that thing where like guys will wear perfume, like straight guys? No, there's a whole like movement where like straight guys like wear perfume now because they like it better than.
I don't mind it. First
Yeah, I
of
don't
all,
see a problem with
perfume
that.
smells good. There's also something in between cologne and perfume. It's called de la Tour or something like that. And it's basically perfume is
De la
cologne.
Toilette.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, toilet.
And
Yeah.
basically cologne, it has if you were to take just those three, the cologne would be the smallest of the potency. The other one that you just said would be the middle one, and perfume would have the most potency. That's really all the difference is how much more smell the type has.
Well, it's funny because my sister always like growing up, she'd wear boys deodorant and cologne because she liked to smell better than perfume and girl stuff.
Makes sense.
And I always agreed with that. I was like, yeah, like don't get me wrong, if a girl has perfume on, it's great. But I'm like, if I was to compare smells of perfumes to colognes smell way better in my opinion.
Then wear that. I mean, if I want to smell like caramel apples, that's my prerogative.
No, I gotta say, man, the fruity or like the spicy, say like a cinnamon perfume, that shit smells really good, man.
Really? See, the fruity, it just is too sweet or something. I don't know what it is.
It's too sweet if you're going through the aisle in Macy's and they're basically throwing balloons of it into your face.
No, yeah, like Hollister or something, one of those fucking
Oh, my
Abercrombie. Oh, you can smell it
American
from
Eagle.
miles.
Yeah.
Oh, American Eagle, dude.
Okay, dude, seriously, tell us about the Bitcoin thing, please.
Oh, yeah. You got me off track.
That's what this podcast should be renamed Off Track.
Yeah, right.
What was that first name I came up with?
Inconsistently consistent or some shit.
Consistent.
That was mine. Don't take that.
Was that what?
That's
what
mine.
was?
That's mine. That is mine, Duel.
Go back
Stop
through
taking
through the DM.
No, that was
me.
Duel. I gotta side with Duel here.
God. I've been saying that for years.
I'm pretty sure that was Duel.
Oh my god.
I could be wrong, but I remember Duel's at least
Pitching it
saying
for a
it
name.
a lot. Yeah,
This is still the best name though.
it is because we're 2-0.
Nothing.
Could be a
Actually,
little bit
Duel's a
bigger on the
nothing too.
template.
Apparently, Duel's the most liked nothing. That kind of bugged me.
No, I know what bugged you. The fact that you were third.
No, what bugged me is that you were more like that. That's what fucking really irked me. I was like, this fucking.
I know, because most of those Twitter followers came from like your fan base.
I know, that's the thing of it.
They probably did it just to irk you.
No, I think you're better. I gotta improve some stuff here.
Yeah, I'm awesome, but I'm an awesome nothing, you know?
No, here's the thing though. You're awesome consistently, and I'm awesome, but you gotta like wait a few weeks. Like I'm a lot at first, and everyone probably hates me at first, but within the 5th week, you're gonna start to be like, all right, this guy, I like this Gem guy. He's
By the way,
he's coming around to me.
To the 2 or maybe 3 people that are listening right now, 2 things. One, probably by episode 514, we will stop talking about the podcast in every single fucking episode. And also by then, Gem will talk about this fucking Bitcoin $280 million thing that I asked him several times already.
All jokes aside.
One of our listeners actually is Social Stud's girlfriend, and she paints his nails, and I say, heck yeah.
Hell yeah. Dude, no,
If
but
she wants her boyfriend to like men, good for her.
See, 2 out of 3 nothings approve.
dude, no. Here's it. All jokes aside, though, Whitey, we do have to stop talking about the fucking podcast for the first 20 minutes every goddamn episode. No one cares. I feel like even when I listen back to some episodes, I'm like, all right, enough with the fucking behind the scenes.
It's been 2 months.
Yeah, it's because we're still getting things squared away. You know what I mean? We're still like setting everything up. So there's a lot of.
It's because Duel fucked up. Okay.
It is
That's
because
why.
let's just say it how it is. I mean, it's because Duel didn't fucking check us off of iTunes. We would have had weeks where we weren't even talking about anything.
There was no checkpoint for that. You have to start a new podcast, get that Apple ID, and tell them not to share it. So you still have to go through the same process. Suck my dick.
I hate him. Okay, so yeah, apparently there's this fucking Bitcoin guy.
Mm-hmm.
That he had a wallet with like a ton of Bitcoin in it, and he would have had 280 something million or 240. I've seen different sources, but over $200 million in Bitcoin wallet. And he forgot his fucking password. Because I'm assuming, I didn't read the story, but I'm assuming he just didn't think it was gonna like get any bigger than it was.
Yeah, it's on
So
an
he just
old,
kind of like
on a old forgotten hard drive. So it's his password
Right.
on his thing. So there's no like customer support. You can call it, but his other phone will ring. You know.
And
what do
I
you
think
mean his other phone will ring?
You can call customer support for his hard drive. He's the guy who owns it. So it was a joke, Whitey. Stop taking shit literally. Damn it. He's ruining this
Yeah,
podcast,
no, I know what you're
Gemini.
No, I know what you're saying, Duel, because you've ever been like locked out of an account or forgotten the thing, and then you gotta, it's like, oh, well, go through
take
this
a caffeine pill today or something.
Coffee.
And then
Jesus
it's like,
Christ.
go through your secondary email, your secondary phone, and it's like, I don't have that phone anymore. And then you gotta like, it's basically like you dealing with Anchor. You just gotta go down 50 different rabbit holes, and you never end up getting
Okay,
in.
when you say he lost his wallet, I'm
It's
not that
virtual.
dumb. Okay, but how do you lose a virtual wallet?
No, he lost the password to access the wallet.
You told me that he lost the password, and if you try to sign in 10 times and get it wrong all 10 times, it deletes all the money in the wallet.
Yes, yeah. Apparently, it like will just like self implode.
And he already has signed in 8 times. And
Yeah. That's the story I saw. He signed in 8 times. I love that he left those 2. He's like, maybe one day I'll just wake up and be like, it was esophagus. And like run to his computer.
It was an asterisk, not a number sign. An asterisk, an asterisk.
It's one of those things, though. It's like you can't be mad at anyone but yourself. It's one of those things where like
No,
he can try to
dude.
blame everything in the universe, but it's his fucking fault.
If it was
that
Whitey's
he's not a
wallet, he'd find a
millionaire.
way to blame me.
What I'm confused about, dude, is the whole like. There's
Who's taking
no.
shots.
There's no. I know he's just like he's like, you know what? I didn't talk that much last week, so let me just get it all in now.
Well, no one talked because fucking it was an Ed fucking Ed hour apparently.
Jem's really happy that Ed had us both on his podcast last week.
Yeah, that was you never coming on again, dude. Fucking guy wouldn't shut the fuck up, man.
I love Ed, and he is
I love
more than
him.
welcome to come. But dude, what did I say? I said as soon as he comes on, it's gonna be his podcast.
Oh man, I mean, none of us got. You can listen back when he came on. Not one of us finished a sentence one in that entire hour and a half. Not
He
one
was nice
sentence
to
was
me.
finished.
I like Ed.
No, he was nice to me too. It's just he's like I said, he's one of those guys where he doesn't stop talking when you interrupt to talk. He just talks louder. And it's
Okay.
like, okay. Well,
With this, back to this Bitcoin thing though.
Yeah.
All right. If I were, or if me, you, Duel, anyone were to have $280 million of American currency in any fucking bank, if you forgot, you say your password, you'd still have 30 different ways to figure out who you are to get your money. Why does something like this that's so virtually big just have, oh, you forgot your password? Sorry, can't get in. The money's not yours anymore.
because it's so secure. That's the whole thing with Bitcoin. It's all encrypted and stuff. So it's like they need to protect that shit because they're not in a bank. They don't have giant institutions and governments and
There is only
corporations
a finite
protecting
amount
them.
of them.
Yeah. If it was that easy, Whitey, then anyone could just fucking hack into your shit. It's set up in such a way that you have to have the exact password, and if
Isn't it
anyone's
that
typing
easy
in the
though?
wrong
Because
one, they
all
just
it
delete
takes is one password, and if you get in, boom, you have access to this person's account.
Yeah, but if you type it in wrong fucking 10 times, and most hackers they hack into things by trial and error, right? They try out a bunch of different things, and there's like I don't know exactly how it works, but I know a computer system will like just
There
auto-generate.
has to be something else to the story, because what's stopping someone from getting whatever your Bitcoin username or email is and purposely typing in the wrong password 10 times in a row, and that way you lose all your money?
I don't think there's a username, right? It's just password based, right?
Up like that. How the Bitcoin.
Yeah. There's no account. There's
Oh,
no
how's
account.
it?
There's just the wallet.
Well, how do you get into your wallet? Just
It's
by
like having a
password?
key, dude. It's like having a key. Like someone would have to break into your house physically
Tell you
and
what,
find the key.
I'll do some deep diving this week. I'll figure out exactly how it works, and both of you can ask me questions next week during the first.
Yeah,
hour.
seriously. I can't wait till we're on the Duel podcast next
I
week.
know, right? I'm excited.
Today's great.
No, I gotta say, dude.
Today you guys are gonna learn about history, not technology.
Dude, I'm pretty excited for that. But dude, I gotta say, Duel, is last week you didn't talk like at all. I was like,
I wasn't feeling well.
kind of true. Well, I'm gonna crash in about 10 minutes here, so
I'm just helping to compensate because you're sick. Get you some soup,
Thank
boy.
you, man.
Some soup.
See,
Dude, that story that I found on Twitter. I mean, what a 180 flip. Like, just to prove how, because Ed was saying last week, at the end of the day, it's people that run companies. It's like, dude, at the end of the day, yeah, you're right. It's people who run companies, and people are as selfish can be. That fucking story with that girl who basically threw her whole family under the bus
Yeah.
and said, "Hey, look, here's my family being violent at a protest." And then within a nanosecond, she's like, "Well, being that I don't have any
here's my
financial-
fucking
Here's my-
GoFundMe page.
Here's my GoFundMe page. I need to go to college. I would like
Ugh.
150 grand, please." Oh, she's doing it because what a fucking noble cause. It's like, first off, if you and your family were on such bad fucking planes, then they weren't going to be helping you financially for college anyway. So it's not like you lost ties all of a sudden. You're using your publicity so you can get a fucking college education for 150 grand. You lying ass cunt. Or her whole family is in on it. I don't know. I don't know the truth, but Jesus Christ.
I don't want to get into that whole social media talk just because it's so overdone and overplayed, and everyone, that's what anyone talks about now. But I mean, yeah, that
You
social
don't like
media.
talking about anything anymore.
No, I've said that since the beginning, dude. It's like dude.
Who's throwing shots?
For the last 4 years, all any podcast talks about is social media. It's a hindrance to our society. It's addictive. It's like, yeah, okay.
No one said that. No one said that. Who the fuck said that?
Podcast
I'm
are you
saying
listening to?
Can we hit him with a tranquilizer?
No, what I just wanted to touch on it is yeah, dude, it's sociopaths, man. Like that chick that if you throw your family under the bus for fucking a quick buck, you're a sociopath. Like that's you just don't have any kind of moral system to you. You know what I mean? Like that's what that shit breeds. I mean, it's so easy to be a sociopath when it's just you don't have to sit face to face with like people, and I don't know.
It's weird, man, because I'm in really good relationship with my family, but it's one of those scenarios where I don't know what I would do until I was in that scenario, but all I can do is think about what I would do. And I don't think I could I don't think I would have the energy or the gall to actually, even if I hated my family, throw them under the bus so I can then get a quick buck, like 150K. It's like, it just feels like you're really going to sell out the people who made you, your mom and dad, for 150 grand.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Like, even if I had because I can't relate because I have a really good relationship with my parents and my siblings. But like you said, even if I had a really bad one, which with my actual biological dad, I had a pretty bad one towards the end there. But even then, I wouldn't do it. It's just like there's something like, I don't know. I have a conscience. I have guilt. I have empathy.
Maybe it's because she's really young. It might be one of those things when she's in her late 20s or her 30s, she realizes, wow, this was not cool. Like, when you're really young, and we're still young. We're fucking 2-nothings. We're literally 20-nothings. But
Yeah.
when you're that young, you think everything lasts forever. You're impenetrable because you really are. Like, you can fall from a building and get up without a turned ankle. And even if you hate your loved ones, I mean, when you see them at a certain age where they can't either walk anymore, talk, or feed themselves, it's just a different fucking animal.
Yeah, we should invite her on the podcast and then just trash her for now.
I would love for her to be like, I know they gave me money. What a bunch of fucking idiots. Dude, isn't that insane though? Isn't that
I would end up liking her probably by the end of the hour.
I would if that was her answer. I'd be like,
yeah,
oh, I respect that. Don't hate the player.
She's like, oh, I gave him fake names. It's like, oh, okay.
Dude, one of the fucking things could be the family was in on it. Who fucking knows? There's a million possibilities. You can't believe anything anymore. But dude, it's insane to me that something like that can happen and people will donate all this money. And then if I go to New York City, I can see a million fucking homeless people where I'm like, why don't you guys just sell out your family and you guys can all have $150,000? What you're doing it wrong. Get a Kickstarter to get a new, fucking dirty shirt or something.
Yeah, it's true.
I want pedola at the end.
I know. Yeah. I feel like he was expecting me to like cut in halfway on that one. He was like, fucking
waiting there looking back and forth like, where is he?
Dude, the fucking waitress was purposely dropping forks when I was saying that shit.
Yeah, I know. Have you been out to eat in a while?
Yeah, we went out the other. We went and had sushi the other day.
My buddy's in New York right now, but when he comes back, I want to fucking go out to eat. Fucking
Actually, we went to the park over the weekend. It was really nice. It was a park where there's a bunch of flowers and everything, but because it's fucking winter, there was there was no
Yeah, but
flowers.
you went to the park. It's like in January.
Maybe
What's
mix
at the
your own-
park?
It was
Maybe you
nice.
Your own personal bubbles.
Were
Roll
you
around
throwing
in.
snowballs? Was there a snowman? No, but we got some emails, right? Which ones didn't we read last week? Actually, I still have my DMs here. Did we
I
have
will
any
say
new ones?
this one thing
No.
about that social media thing
No.
that you're saying is because things are becoming so virtual. I do think at one point there's going to be a law that's going to be titled somewhat like called an act of vision, meaning someone was like so vehemently attacked over the internet with whatever someone might have said or a picture or something where there could be a new law in the law books called an act of vision to stop something like that.
Oh, you're saying like you can't assault someone over the social media with words?
Pretty much. I mean, I'm
It's
sure
already a thing, pretty
it's
much. But
it
yeah,
already, yeah, but I
it'll
think
be
they
legally. Like
yeah, they'll be
you'll
able
go
to
to
create
jail.
Saw
yeah, they'll be able to
somewhere-
create a legal word for it that is easily defensible or fightable or whatever in court.
Yeah, I know
That brings
I've-
up a question for you guys.
What's up?
I saw earlier that one of my friends tried sending a nude to their boyfriend through Facebook Messenger, and it got blocked for nudity in the personal messenger, like the DMs.
Mm,
Like Facebook,
That's
They're
weird.
scanning for nudity and obscenities and everything in your DMs.
Well,
too. What do you think about that?
I always thought these social media platforms were reading our DMs because the terms and services to sign into every one of these things is around 1,000 pages long. I'm sure on page 52, like fine print, it's like we also get to read your DMs. Like
Yeah.
they whisper it in. It's like a voice message you have to click. So that makes sense. I never understand when I've never heard people so dumb in my life where I was watching a YouTube video and it was two series on iPhone talking to each other. And then I went to a rabbit hole of like someone asking if Alexa works for this CIA or something like that.
Mhm.
And I was reading YouTube comments going, I can't believe how stupid people are to actually put one of these things in their homes. It's like, yeah, it's crazy. It's almost like having a fucking 5G cell phone, you fucking retard. Like people act as if they don't have a fucking a Google Home or an Alexa, they're not getting bugged. If you have a fucking anything, but they can bug you without you having a phone. They know where you are. Okay. They know.
Yeah. No,
It's
you're not
over.
wrong.
They have CCTV. They probably have fucking heat sensors. You're in the grid, guy. You're in the grid. Don't act because you don't have a fucking Google
No, see, but
Home that you're outside the grid.
No, fair enough. That is true, but you tried using that on me once, but I don't have a smartphone either, so fuck it.
Yeah, but
I ain't got an
they know
Alexa.
you. They know you.
Of course, they know me. They know me by like peripherally, but they don't got like direct fucking. They're not tracking my every fucking movement because I don't have that shit in my pocket all day. But I know what you
Just
mean.
moved
Yeah,
your
I'm
right
not.
hand.
They are trying, dude. Trust me. It's almost like when it's kind of like cheaters. At the end of the day, there's cheaters and people who are trying to catch the cheaters, and the cheaters are always going to have the upper hand because they're creating the new way to cheat, and then they have to figure out a way to beat that. Just like this, they're creating new ways to spy on you, and then you have to figure out a way to counteract that. But
Yeah,
at the
but
end of
having
the
an
day,
Alexa is like holding your cards backwards. It's like you're just guiding them. They don't even need to use any means. You're just like, oh, here's my cards. Listen to my conversations all day long in my apartment. It's like, all right, at least make it a little hard. Make them work because they don't want to work for it. They got some employees skimming through all the fucking people who have Alexas. They're not fucking.
dude,
no one's
having a
digging deep.
license plate, having a fucking
A
leasing
license plate.
agreement, having an any kind of thing phone, dude, you're having a fucking toaster. They can probably find out who you are.
Yeah, they probably listen to me on my flip phone. You're not wrong. No, but I heard someone saying though, because we were talking about like the internet, like I think it was a comedian where he was saying like if there was an actual Illuminati, like the person would be like going to the Illuminati who's in charge, like, oh, good job, guys. Like you got control of the banks, you got control of the government, you got control of all these power systems. It's like, but there's this one thing, the internet, it's good. They can kind of say whatever they want, get all these likes on it. It's like we're in a weird time where I feel like the internet kind of got away from the establishment and like the people in power to where we had all our like own things and we could do whatever we wanted, but like we're watching in real time the industry just come in and just kind of fucking squish it down. You know what I mean? Whereas like our parents didn't go through that because they were given a TV, but like that shit was approved from the get. You know? I guess radio kind of wasn't because I feel in the early days of radio, wasn't there like pirate radio and shit where like people could just listen to whatever the fuck they wanted, and there was no like actual stations? Do I
No,
have
you're
that
not.
wrong?
You're not 100% wrong. Yeah, they would actually try to set up either pirate studios illegally or try to do it. Say it was literally called pirate radio because they were they were on the ocean, like in boats on the ocean, fucking off the coast, off areas where it's owned by a country like England.
Hmm.
There's actually a movie called Pirate Radio with Philip Seymour Hoffman.
True, true.
But which is a good movie, and
Because
it's
then they
about
like the
that.
FCC came around and shit, right? Now it's like like isn't it illegal to have your own like radio thing without being like licensed and shit?
Well, podcasts are in a way in the beginning were an off branch where it's like you don't have to have a network, you don't have to have a fucking tower to reach a local FM AM dial. You just have a streaming service. And it's kind of at the end of the day, it's set up the same way as a radio station would be, where you have a microphone, you put it in something that makes the sound better and clearer, and you talk whatever your show is, you talk about it. But I don't agree with you in terms of they lost the internet because I think the main thing, especially when it comes to a capitalistic world, is whoever is able to control what people want to buy usually has the real control. Like people, for some reason, talk about like satanic overlords and the Illuminati. It's like no, just talk about advertisers. They're the ones
Yeah, the real
who
shit.
they're the ones who own us
The
because
anti-advertising market, that's a good market.
so when it comes to fucking advertising and shit, it's I just lost my train of thought, man.
You're welcome.
No, that is true though, because people will be like, oh, there's these, reptile billionaires in secret meetings, and it's like just talk about Coca-Cola. They're in secret meetings. You don't know what you're not sitting. No one's allowed to sit into the Coca-Cola fucking meeting board where they're like, hey, let's fucking put this in the next ad, and like, yeah, like companies conspire to fucking get bigger and make money and fucking
And that
find
reminds me,
loopholes.
did you know the My Pillow guy went to see the president recently?
He was probably
My
trying to score some crack.
My Pillow.
Yeah, we came walking out with some paperwork, and a photographer took a shot where it said something about martial law on it. I, as a corporate CEO, talking about martial law.
I don't know, because pillows
Real-
can block blankets, maybe? I don't know. I mean,
can
blankets
block
on
Big
bullets.
pillows in the government, Jem.
Did I say
Big
blankets?
pillows in the government. They're part of the pill Illuminati. Sorry, I get excited.
No, you're good. But when I say they lost the internet, what I mean is like it slipped away from them in the early days of the internet. That's what I meant by
yet
that.
again, I agree with you in a little bit where when something's new, all right. So punk music happens in the 70s, right?
Hmm.
And if you look at a lot of the punk bands, the early ones, I'm not saying everyone, so calm the fuck down, anyone who wants to jump off their fucking seat. But a lot of them did not make a ton of money. Johnny Rotten from the Sex Pistols isn't fucking worth $100 million. Jello, I always forget his last name, but Jello from Dead
Jelly Belly?
Kennedys. No, he's not. So a lot of these punk bands didn't make a ton of money. However, advertisers, marketers, they realize, okay, here's a niche that is underground, but it's going to start to grow, like hip hop, like anything cool, aka anything that white people don't do,
Yeah.
except for punk music. So it starts to grow, and then they know how to capitalize on it. Then all of a sudden, bands like Green Day and Fall Out Boy and all these other fucking punk bands who really aren't punk bands because they're worth tens and hundreds of millions of dollars and they're literally writing operas. They know how to capitalize on it. So the internet comes out, and it's like, oh shit, how do we capitalize this? And a lot of the things when it comes to advertising is tracking, like how many fans is this getting? Like how many views, how many impressions is this getting? And once you figure out a way to track it easily, it's easy to go to retailers and companies to go, listen, here's how you can show your product to this huge demographic that is currently untapped. Here's what the demographic is. It can be like 35 to 55-year-old fucking moms, or 21 to 32-year-old kids that are, guys who are making like 50K plus, whatever. Like, here's the demo. Here's how many impressions they get. Here's a way to track it. How much money do you want to invest to advertise and market your company, your brand on these platforms? So with the internet, they pretty much do have a hold on it. I don't think they lost that
Well,
at
they
all.
do now, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, because they know how to.
But
Because
I'm talking
a
about
lot of
early internet, man. You remember early internet where that was just wild, wild fucking west, dude. It was like I'm talking back when YouTube, like anything could be uploaded, like
playing
back
Space
when
Invaders.
yeah, like dude, anything went like that. Shit would go viral just because it went viral. There wasn't any kind of like algorithm behind it.
Shortly after LimeWire and that, like
LimeWire,
Napster
yeah,
and all
that
that
whole
stuff
era.
got popular, that's when they
Napster.
started narrowing the bands of the internet. That's why
Right,
when
right,
people
right.
think of the internet, it's like the top 5 big sites.
Yeah,
And
and that's a big thing because it's kind of like the food industry. You go into any grocery store, there's not that many companies in there. Like, you see all the brands, and there's hundreds, thousands maybe of brands, but there's really only a handful of companies that really own all those brands. And that's no different to what's happening to the internet. There was actually something I wanted to talk about with you, Gem, which
mm,
was I saw a video. Oh, it was Awaken with JP. I saw another one of his videos where
mhm.
he's
Great.
really he's great, but God, can you make a different kind of video? He's been making the same videos the past couple weeks. It's like, Jesus Christ. It's like that Ryan Long guy, but that guy's actually a hack
Milking
where
it, dude.
JP is funny. Yeah, he is milking it, which he deserves to. Like, the guy like is finally blowing up
as
this past
someone
year.
as someone who went through a type of quick growth and milked it, I have to say, like, it's hard not to. Like, what when something's working, it's working. You know what I mean? I
Fair
don't
enough, fair enough.
necessarily, but I know it doesn't mean I have to like it though.
But he
That's
talked about Parlor. I don't know if you're familiar with the social media platform Parlor at all.
I heard about it briefly like a few months ago, but I'm like, to me, it's just one of those ones that
Gone.
it's not gonna
Yeah,
do anything.
I don't know much about it, but apparently it was trying to be like the non-PC or the more free version of Twitter.
Oh, remember Gab?
Still around.
No,
Ish.
I don't know Gap.
That frog one, dude. We
Yep.
used to
No.
tweet at it and like tease him all the time.
Oh,
You're never going nowhere.
dude,
It's never, and they would actually
upset.
reply. They would reply.
They got upset and they blocked us.
Yeah, fucking stupid Gab. Mines,
Oh, VidMe.
VidMe,
Yeah.
BitChute. They
Oh,
none.
we're gonna be the better version of YouTube. It's like, no, there's a kids channel that just generated $120 million. You're never gonna be the better version of anything.
But that kind of goes into what I'm saying is like when cable television first came out, like Pam in her fucking living room couldn't just upload a channel onto fucking cable TV for everyone to see. You know what I mean? Like, it's a different thing. Whereas like they from the beginning they had a control of what was going out. In fact, it was like it could be argued that it was like by design. They called it TV fucking programming. It's like, what a weird word,
Well, to be
programming.
fair though, we think of the internet post 2000, the internet. Computers have been around since the 80s, and it was I'm
Dude, I
not saying
hate
it
people
was
that say that.
I'm not
It's not
saying
the
it was
same.
well, yeah, just like cable back in the
My
50s
mom
is
always does that. She's like, the internet was around when you were younger, and I was like, yeah, but it wasn't though. It was, but it wasn't the same, dude.
well, no,
It was like
I said
dial up.
computers have been around for the 80s. The internet started as a military thing where it was just trying to connect a network of computers around whatever, and then it just became this fucking I know I'm like being really layman with it, but I don't know all the ins and
No,
outs.
you're right though. You're right.
But it became this huge thing. But with computers, at least, it it kind of was like with TVs, it was kind of the thing that not everyone could afford. It wasn't a thing that everyone just had. Like, even with smartphones, when the first iPhone came out, there were a bunch of kids getting them, but I didn't have one for a long time, and a lot of people didn't have a
Even
smartphone.
razors. Remember the Razor flip phones?
Oh, I thought you meant like razors, like shaving.
No, like Razor flip phones. Those shits like were mad expensive back when they came out. Like, I couldn't get one. I mean, I couldn't afford it.
One thing I always think would be a great thing to invest in is find out something that all rich people are doing, because eventually that thing will trickle down to the everyday consumer, because it's all about having a way to manufacture it in a way that is going to earn you a profit, and to do it like, cost effectively, like cars. Cars were for only the rich. Then fucking Ford figures out a way to do the assembly line. He's able to make these cars for cheaper, and it just keeps getting more affordable,
I
more
feel like
affordable, more
that is
affordable, where
true.
people can own them.
I feel like that stream works the other way around too, where like you'll see Obama's kids doing the stanky leg. You know what I mean? That's some like broke fucking rapper from Brooklyn's doing. Like, I feel like the broke and like impoverished, like kind of people in the margins of society kind of create like the popular culture. Kind of like what you were saying before, is white people don't create anything cool. Like, think how much like hip hop influences like the rich people of this society. Like you'll have like Tom Hanks's son like wearing a do-rag and like fucking talking about he's talking like he's from the hood. It's like, dude, you're fucking a rich white kid. Like, what are you fucking, you're not from the hood. But
I
he's
think
so influenced by it because to him that's
want to
cool.
do stuff that's cool. I mean, think about the 80s where hair metal bands were huge, and you look at the 80s hairstyles, it's insane.
Oh, I've seen pictures of my mom with that big ass perm, and I'm like, you look like an idiot. But for her in that day and time, that was like the coolest shit ever.
Coolest
But I
shit
look
in
at
the
it
world.
today, I'm like, you look like a fucking clown.
I love the whole 80s culture
I
in
hate it.
America. I really do. The
Oh, I
big
hate it.
hair, the colorful, insanely creative big wardrobe that people would wear. The music was great because people would still listen to 60s and 70s music, and then you'd have this totally new age kind of music.
I disagree
thrown
so
in.
much. It's not even. I hate the 80s, dude. The retro fucking disco.
I love it. Oh my god.
Disco fucking
Yes,
with the big
yes.
afros and big hair and the fucking everyone's doing coke. That 70s and 90s were so much better than the 80s sucked.
If you like
Ugh.
trap music, you should like disco because it all originated from that. Yeah.
No,
It did.
No.
Be honest,
Are
vaporwave.
you
kind
playing
of
with your fucking
inspired
No,
bottle
no.
cap again?
Yeah, I heard
No,
it, motherfucker.
No.
It was there. Whitey, I don't know if you. I think that's why you like the layout so much, because 80s vaporwave was the inspiration for it.
Oh, jumping. Something me to be where I said, young man. Dude, I hate the 80s.
I almost want to
sucked.
put on some free vaporwave in the background.
You put on the most you start singing the most flamingo song
Well,
of
of
the
course,
80s.
that was the 80s, dude.
That was the 80s. Yeah, jump man.
See,
Oh, I
to
just
me,
hit my mic.
to
I
me,
just
the
hit my
90s
mic
were
stand.
so much better. Wait, do you have a
No.
boom arm yet?
I do.
Like one that can hold it?
No, this one can hold it. I just had OCD. I thought it was gonna always fall, but it's fine now. It's literally perfectly fine.
Our mics sound awesome, dude.
Our mics sound good. Like, can we talk about how awesome our podcast is until
Yeah.
Brady comes in?
Yeah.
You guys have those two joke
Why do you keep
emails.
saying his name?
I did get.
He's
a,
I don't know what to call
Like,
him.
isn't that like
Social
doxing,
stud.
dude?
No, he puts it in his description on his YouTube videos.
Oh,
Is
okay.
That's okay enough.
I
right?
hope so.
I like so.
I hope so. I hope he comes in and is
How
like,
about
"Guys,
just use the person's usernames from now on? That might be a fucking smart thing to do.
we literally just had this conversation 40 minutes ago."
I know, but we need to come back to it because apparently you didn't learn your fucking lesson because you called him by his name again.
Well, here's the
Just
thing.
you-
He's gonna come in, right? And it's gonna be like if someone has a threesome, but there's just one guy jerking off in the corner. It's like, listen, social stud, sit in the corner. Me and Jem are gonna have to talk about how
That's not true at
awesome
all.
this podcast is.
That's not true at all.
I know, it's a joke, you fucking.
Whitey jokes for
Jesus.
the
I'm gonna
first
throw
time.
you out the window the second he comes in. You out of your mind?
Well, I've been trying to joke, but fucking Duel's over here throwing fucking spitballs at me.
Oh yeah, we got it. We got emails. We got emails. Wait,
Yeah.
is this from this week?
Yeah, you have two joke ones from last week still, but then this is a good one.
Okay, I'll here. Let's get into some emails because we kind of been we've been slacking on emails. I realize
13
that,
minutes
guys.
till your guest comes on. So it would be a good time to hit him right now.
Okay, Lucas says we got to stop reading so many emails. Dear Whitney Houston, yeah, the Whitney thing. You are a nerd. You get like 5 emails. You're not going to take too long with emails, so stop complaining and go drink root beer. Love, Lucas. Okay, he's not wrong. I mean, we didn't get that many.
You complained about the emails.
I did.
Yeah.
But that's because the episode
blaming
before that we read 5 in a row, and it was literally an hour segment. It was like it was unreal. Listening back, I was like, "This is why are we reading 5 emails in a row for an hour?" It should be a quick little like All right, sup you wieners, says Jack, but it's your boy. As the subject says, sup you wieners, your boy got accepted into graduate level research regarding carbon dioxide batteries.
Why can't I see this? Can I see this, Duel?
He's
In your
so
DM.
smart. I'm reading it, Whitey.
Yeah, but
just
no,
listen.
but I like to see it.
In your DM.
Just listen.
No, I like to see it, Jen.
Why? Why do you need to see
Look
it?
in your fucking DM.
Yeah,
Oh,
why
it's
do
in
you
my
need to see it?
Never mind, it's in my DM. All right, can you read it again?
Why? You need to look along. You need to drag your finger as I'm reading it, like you're in second grade. You fucking.
I got my highlighter out.
I forgot you're dyslexic. All right, as the subject says, you have your highlighter.
Printed it out.
Oh, dude, I
You're
bought
taking
whiteout.
notes.
I bought whiteout for my girl, and she almost had an aneurysm. It was the worst whiteout known to man. It was not sticking
Oh,
to the paper.
Is it one of those ones that you just drag and it makes the strip?
Yes.
Oh, those are the worst. Get the painting ones. Get the
I
paint
know.
ones.
Well, here's the thing. I used one the other day, which is like those, and it was great. So I thought, oh, they must have reinvented this type of whiteout. So I got a different brand, not thinking about it. And
Oh, no.
she's over here fucking just mother MNF and like, motherfucker, this is bullshit. I'm like, babe, what's going on? Let me put out this fire.
Like she's trying to duct tape a fucking, I don't even know where that's going. I don't know how to joke, but yeah, that sounds bad. I've only used the paint ones, but then again, why were you using paper?
Email.
What is this, the 80s?
Duel, I love you, but Jesus Christ.
No, you know him with the emails, dude.
I know. At
halfway
least he's not
through it.
doing.
You were
At least he's not
halfway
doing the. Jesus Christ.
doing that.
I'm actually frustrated. I'm actually upset.
No, dude. But
am
I have to
upset.
side with him here. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't even read emails. All right.
No, I'm gonna kick Jim Norton in the fucking neck in 5 seconds.
Don't you dare compare him to Jim Norton. Jim Norton's a fucking hack, a cunt, and a turncoat. All right. As the subject says, sup you wieners, your boy got accepted into graduate level research regarding carbon dioxide batteries.
That's a classic.
Who knew this fucking genius was listening to this dumb podcast? All right.
He's a genius, but I feel like that's a fake degree. Jack, you gotta tell us the university you're going to, bro, because I think you might, unless you don't want to dox yourself, but I think you're getting scammed.
Yeah, carbon dioxide. What does that have to do with yeah, I don't know.
It means he's the guy that when your smoke detector keeps beeping, he's the guy that's able to change the battery.
Oh, that's me.
That's what, guys. It's a D battery. You buy it at CVS and you fucking unplug it and plug. What do
It's
you
not
don't have to call someone for your fucking carbon dioxide.
Jem,
mach-
did you just say it's a D battery?
I think it is. Mine is.
It's a 9 volt. No, it's a D battery. What is it? The size of the sun? It's a 9 volt.
Oh, you're right.
Battery.
You're right. It's a 9 volt. 9 volt.
All right, keep reading.
Yeah, but you call people call. All right, whatever. All right. If Jem needs to go to sleepies, I can take his place. Winky face. So here's my question for you two. If you were a celebrity, what kind of paparazzi person would you be? Someone who goes out in a disguise, someone who goes out the way a gay guy comes floating out of the closet, or someone who would just ignore, give one-word answers to the paparazzi? I would definitely be a disguise. I would go out with the hat and the glasses and
Number 3.
a hoodie.
Someone
you,
who
Whitey?
goes out the way a gay guy comes floating out of the closet.
That's the one you pick, Whitey, because that's the one I picked for you. Yeah, I agree. Yep.
I think he means comes out all showy, like purposely
You're like,
looks
hello,
for the paparazzi.
world.
Yeah.
I do that
Like
too
Lady
well.
Gaga coming out in a meat suit.
So, like, Duel,
Whitey
did you get
Gaga.
Black Rifle Coffee to be a sponsor or something?
Ugh.
Christ, man. Gee,
Black
like,
Rifle Coffee.
I just want to throw a cup at him.
That's why I'm the favorite.
Well, you are to be fair, you are the favorite out
He's
of the
not.
three
He's
of us in
not,
the
though.
podcast.
Let's stop with that whole meme. Whitey's the favorite, all right? The only reason they clicked obviously Duel is because it was a joke answer. Everyone knows in polls, everyone just clicks the joke answer just because they're all trolls.
I want everyone to
mad.
go to our Twitter at
Whitey
Nothing's-
got number 1.
I want everyone to at Nothing's Pod on Twitter now and write who your favorite is, so I can see around 6 to 7 notifications saying Duel's our favorite.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work. We don't have a big enough audience for that to even work. You won't get one email. One tweet. All right, Whitey.
I'm gonna say this before. This is my least favorite episode of all time. It's
Okay.
not even close.
You want to know my least favorite episode?
Last week.
Yes. All right. So this first hour is already 10 times better than all 3.5 hours of whatever the fuck that was last week.
Oh, but with the paparazzi thing, to give Chaboy a real answer, I don't know how I would act. I'm very moody, So it depends on what day you catch me. I could be really like nice, like Jack Black, or then I could be like Kanye West, where it's like go fuck yourself. But it's like, dude, if you're literally on the very line of where public property and my property starts, and you're recording me while I'm in my garage, it's like you're literally Satan. Like you're a fucking
Yeah.
you're literally a cancer. And I know all paparazzi people know this. They know that their families hate them, but god damn, the world would be a better place without you people.
Yeah, no, yeah, I think you had the best answer actually, because it'd be all three, right? Like it would depend on the day. I'm sure there'd be days where my ego got the best of me if I was super famous, where I'd be like, I'm gonna go out like full fledged looking like me, and I can't wait to like get all that attention. But then there'd be days where I'm like, I don't want to talk to a soul. I'd be wearing like the little like nose glasses and mustache disguise. I'd be fucking.
Dude,
I'd have,
imagine if you're traveling back to like your state or something on a plane and getting off. And the reason you're traveling back is because you had to go to your father's funeral outside the state. And there's just a fucking million people with cameras. Like, how do you feel? What's going on? Are you sad right now? Like, how do you not just want to fucking just fucking wring that person's neck?
yeah. No, I definitely get into trouble with my mouth. I'd be giving all those like anytime you see someone on TMZ, for giving like a bad answer or like freaking out, that'd probably be me. I'd be go fuck your mother, and they'd be like, oh my god, this guy, famous actor, said fuck your mother.
Can you tell me what POG means again? Because someone wrote.
It means fat ass white girl.
Someone wrote.
Remember that?
Someone wrote Whitey Pretty POG on Twitter.
Oh yeah, that means awesome. Like that means you're awesome.
A fat ass white girl's awesome.
No, Pog on Twitch
Oh,
means
yeah.
like it's like surprise face, like oh holy shit, I can't believe, like it means
Duel, by the
you're
way,
dope.
you're 100% right, Duel. Like, fat ass white girl is pretty fucking cool.
POG, play of the game.
Yeah, do you remember that?
That's another thing that we appropriated right there. Like, fucking fat asses wasn't a white girl thing, and then all of a sudden, all these bitches are like, look how I take a shit on
Thank
Instagram.
God for public school milk. Woo!
No, but that was like a early 2000s thing, Pog. That's not even like a thing anymore, I feel like.
Fat ass
porn.
white girl, fat.
No,
Pog,
PAWG.
like PAWG, remember? That
No,
was like a
no,
category.
he said POG, POG.
Right?
Whitey,
Yeah,
The game.
I just told you. It means awesome.
yeah, but why is it? What does the P stand for? What does
Play.
the O
It doesn't stand for
Oh.
anything. It's an emote.
I'm giving
No,
the
what I'm
answer.
saying, what does the acronym stand for?
It's not an acronym.
It is.
Well, then what does POG
No,
mean?
it's not.
Yes, it is.
Wait, you're saying POG is an acronym?
Yeah, play of the game.
No, it's not, dude. That's POTG for one, you
No,
idiot.
it's shortened to POG.
Dude,
Oh, is POG
Play
like a
the game.
gaming version of
Duel.
MVP?
no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Duel,
Oh,
Learn
you're
your
wrong.
thank you.
Learn your
Duel,
You're
shit.
just
thank you.
wrong.
Learn your shit.
He's wrong. He's wrong.
You're done.
I think he's right.
He's. Oh my god. Okay.
In this person's opinion, I'm the MVP of today's episode. I appreciate that. Thank you, person. I
Duel's
forgot
Duel's a
your name. I
fuck.
turned off my phone.
Duel is
Sorry.
literally embarrassing me on Twitch right now. The fact that you would come to the Twitch community and say out loud it stands for a phrase. No, it doesn't. You idiot. It's literally
It
for
came
an
from-
emote.
Came from
It
gaming,
didn't,
bro.
It didn't.
It did.
It didn't come from gaming.
Yes,
It didn't. No, it
Twitch,
didn't.
Twitch came from
It literally
gaming.
came from, dude. It literally came from a video of an Asian dude making
We'll
a
get
face.
to you in a second.
Oh my god.
What did he do in that video?
What do you mean? He was talking with his buddy and they fucking hit the camera. The dude just got canceled recently
Well,
too.
that's where the emote came from, but it's called play of the game.
No, it's not, dude.
Yes, it
Play
is.
of the game is POTG.
Yes, it is.
There's a the in there, you dink.
You're the in there. Dink.
Oh my god. Stop embarrassing us, man. You're making us look like fucking normies. All right. We're not
What is he? Your mom outside of school?
Yeah.
Dad,
he literally, dude, that's literally what he just did.
honey, I love
oh
you.
my god,
You're
Jem! What a
pretty
literally
little
went-
frog.
The
You fucking-
Backstreet Boys.
Jem, you're a
Pretty
fairy.
frog.
Bye,
Mom.
bye.
Mom, you're embarrassing me in front of all my friends.
By the way, if you actually thought that wasn't a joke, but that was the joke. No one's even listening. But Why are you guys ganging up on me all of a sudden? I'm
By
fucking
the way,
sick, dude. I have a cold.
Duel fucked up the intro today, he said.
Yeah, Duel doesn't even know what Pog means, dude. Of course he fucked up the intro. He doesn't even know what platform we're on. All right. He says play of the game, he says. Who told you that, fucking drunken uncle?
All of a sudden,
You guys
Duel's
are-
like, touchdown.
Oh my god.
I
you
learned
guys
how
are
to
normies.
Google.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
Play of the game. That's not what it means, you idiot. Oh, it hurts. It hurts me. It hurts me. How
All right.
old are you? Are you 35?
Almost time for your guest.
I know. It's pretty dope. That's pretty Pog, man. That's pretty play of the game.
He said he can't come on today. His mic's fucked up.
Nah.
No, but he did say he'll be on in a sec. He's just adjusting his mic settings.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if he said that, then that means he listened to us and was like, "These guys are retarded." I don't want to.
His girlfriend called him, and it was like, if you even think of going on there today, you're
I wouldn't be surprised. We're
get out
just
of your goddamn
all-
mind.
we're all dummies.
We are. Duel. God damn it. I hate you today, bro. I hate you. I really do.
Yeah, he already pissed me off with that Pog thing, but I love it too at the same time because it's fucking. You know
He's
what I
sending me cooking recipes, like
We
how to
give
make a
him shit
fucking
all the
chicken
time.
Alfredo.
mean? Chicken.
Brother never taught you correctly.
Dude, chicken Alfredo is fucking underrated. Can we just say that?
You're
Um,
underrated.
All right, so we're having a guest on here. This is perfect timing because we just literally ran out of steam.
I was messaging him just now.
Oh,
I
I have
said
the Ed thing still on there too.
it's unreal. It's unreal.
What's unreal?
He put the Ed logo where social studs.
Don't you
logo's
dare
supposed to
do
go.
that.
He
It's still
did.
on the
He
layout.
already did.
That's not how it's supposed to be, though.
No, I'll have it up when he's ready.
How many episodes did Joe Rogan's podcast go through until he got Jamie as the new producer?
Oh, a lot. I don't know the
All right.
exact number, but
We're gonna beat that record.
actually, it probably now just went through the halfway point.
He's probably still doing settings, so you guys have
No,
to
actually,
stall.
I think Red Band was still like has
Wait,
been
you're
on
saying
more.
you're saying Redman the rapper was the producer?
No,
for
Red
Jerry?
Band, Brian Red Band.
I want to pick, dude. Imagine if Redman was the producer for that.
Oh yeah, you
shit.
gotta do the other template too for the video, right?
Talking to me?
I hope. Yeah, you have that right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang it. Fully
See,
prepped
Duel
right
knows
now.
what the fuck he's doing.
I'm still personally upset today, but you know,
Be
Yeah,
personally
guys, this
upset all
is-
you want.
I am.
Why are you upset,
He would have shut the fuck up.
dude? This has been a great fucking episode. You're
They're
What do you
taking.
mean?
I'm gonna be like Opie from Opie. They're taking away my show from me.
my show for me. Oh, it's because you lost your stream of consciousness that one time,
Oh, why I oughta.
which it probably wouldn't have been that great anyway. Who we kidding?
Yeah, really. It's like, oh wow, he's gonna talk about how TVs became more affordable. Wow,
Yeah.
thanks, Whitey. Never saw that one coming.
And just like that, I'm already upset at Duel. Duel, I thought didn't you have that other template you made purposely for when someone's on video?
Right here. When you're looking at it.
It's right here. he
No, this
says.
wasn't the one. This wasn't the one. You
This
made
is-
it different.
This is the one I've been using for guests the entire time, Gemini.
No. I was saying when
They
someone's on
called
video.
you by your full name.
When someone's
I
on
can't
video.
even right now. I have
Duel,
it. All,
Duel,
it's
Duel,
right
Duel.
there.
Duel. Once again, this is on recording. I think I have the
It's
stream.
literally right here. When the video pops up, he will be right there.
No, I know, but that's no. You made a second. You made
This
a second
is-
one, Duel.
Look at the
Duel,
difference on the
shut
right.
up. Duel, stop
See-
trolling. If you're
see-
trolling, stop. If you're trolling, stop, please. If you're
Social
trolling, if this
Stud
is real,
is-
this is real. But if you're
Social
trolling,
Stud's
stop
the
trolling.
boyfriend who gets
It's not
pulled
funny.
into
Oh my
a
God.
Christmas dinner where the whole family's fighting, and he's like, I don't know what's going on. here."
Whitey, get the cranberry sauce. Shut up. All right, dude. Remember remember you made the screen really big and you pulled the nothings into a small font in the middle? Remember back in the very beginning, we had a whole separate template for when someone came on video. Dude, I swear to God, no one fucking listens to me. This is like, I feel like I'm dealing with fucking retards. And I'm retarded. So what is
It's the problem.
It's not the problem though, dude, because the problem would be okay, whatever.
Hi,
Whatever.
Stud. How are you doing?
Social Stud said his webcam's having problems, but he can do mic. Are you okay
Dude,
with that,
doesn't matter.
Jim?
We don't even have the template for it anyway. Whatever.
We
Fuck
do.
it all.
It's literally right here.
No, this isn't
I
the right
made the
template.
font small one day, and then you're like, "Why is it so small? Oh, you need
No,
to
no, no, no.
expand it,
Sitting
dummy."
so he can present his
No,
project.
Dooley, you pulled it to the middle. I could recreate it how you made it. You made a whole different thing. You showed me on the OBS. It was on camera.
Social Stud, we'll get to you in a second.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. What's up, man?
This guy.
Oh, boy, his
Oh, can you
parents
guys hear
were-
me?
Yeah,
Yes.
now we can. There we go.
Oh, cool. I've been having a lot of trouble with this. I'm glad I'm just on.
Yeah, no
I'm
worries.
very new to Discord. My people
Oh, boy.
begging me to get on it, and I've been learning a lot the last couple of weeks. So this is the first.
Welcome.
Yeah, it's not the most user friendly. I will say that.
Well, how's everybody doing?
Good, man. We're just having a fucking marital spat. But we're having an epic argument right now. But I'm glad you're here to break it up because that was going nowhere.
Sounds lovely.
Duel, I'm still upset.
I was trying to keep up with it, but I've been out of it for like the last 10 minutes, so I have no idea where the conversation was. Wherever you guys want to take it, though.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I just I started watching your channel probably when you were around like 1,000 subs.
Oh, really?
Yes, and I'm not gonna play it like I'm some like I don't watch like videos all the time from you, but I feel like it was an epic rap battles video or something. It was something like
Yeah,
that.
probably.
And then I've seen your growth since then, and yeah, I'm just a fan, man.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's weird when somebody says they're a fan. I think it's what is it called, like imposter syndrome, where you feel like when people say stuff like that, it just doesn't feel right, and you feel like you don't deserve that.
Yeah, it seems like such a strong word. Like, oh, dude, I have a picture of you in my closet, and like I like it, but it's more of like the more you succeed, the happier I get. That's how I look at fandom. Like, if
That's
yeah,
a good way to
Jem
look
also
at
has a picture of you in his closet.
that's not true.
it.
At
Oh,
all.
nice.
Dude,
I don't even have a closet. I live in a fucking studio.
so me and Jem both wrote up a guest list and everything, and you were on his guest list when he DM'd me it and everything. I had no idea who you were, and so I was like, all right, I gotta like out of respect watch one of this dude's videos. Like, and Jem said, dude, he does videos like on Oversimplified, and it's funny. I watched the World War one, and you just uploaded part 2, or was it World War II that you did and you just uploaded part 2?
I just did World War II, which is it's always weird because I do history, but like I know almost nothing about the 20th century. So
Well, that was the thing.
It's probably not the best example.
I was watching the video, and because Oversimplified is actually my favorite YouTube channel, and I was watching the video, and a lot of times you were pausing it and just going, "Wow, like I didn't know that," or "That's cool to know," or "That's a fun fact." That's something I definitely want to maybe learn more of down the road. Like, do you ever watch videos where you're trying to see if someone says something wrong, or have you ever watched a video and reacted to one where you said, "Oh wow, this guy's getting a lot of historical facts not correct right now"?
I don't go out of my way to like debunk people. I guess that's not it. I'm not very confrontational, but when something is wrong, I definitely try to call it out. I've been doing a lot of videos on like the Hamilton musical. That's one of those things where it's really easy to call stuff out because it's condensing. It's condensing a guy's whole life into like a 3-hour thing. And of course you play with the timeline and all that stuff, but that's all kind of lighthearted. I'm not saying like this is awful because this. I also kind of acknowledge that musical theater or whatever. I've had a few where I just flat out disagree, but a lot of the people I watch are way more intelligent than I'm much newer at this.
Oh,
Well, dude,
I
that's funny.
ask, what do you like being called?
I'm
by
gonna
the
kick
way?
you in the neck. Whitey, by the way.
I know. What, you want to
Shut
take
up. This is my
turns?
guess. This is my guess, fucker. No, you go. I'm good.
I know. I just wanted to know what he wanted to be called. Do you want us to call you a social stud? Do you
Social
want us
stud,
to
yeah.
call you? Well, how do you, Jim? Can you let him speak?
Oh,
Brady's fine. Like the social stud thing, I still kind of cringe at the name. It's just
I win.
I thought it was kind of funny at the time because History Buff was already taken. There's a very popular channel already called History Buff, so I flipped that and I'm like social stud, yeah. And I thought that was funny at the time, but when people call me that, it's
Look
a
at
little
my
weird.
dumb. I'm called Whitey. That basically eliminates like 80% of the people who want to even try to talk to me.
Yeah, my
'cause
name's Gemini, like like a astrology fucking dude. But but no, it's funny because it took me I don't think you were at like 18,000 subs maybe till I figured out it was like a play on social studies, and I was like, oh, I get it now. It took me that long.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I watched one of your Hamilton ones, and I'm not that familiar with it, but I remember you were debunking one part of it, where you were saying like that there was still like a bunch of slaves in New York at that time, where like in the I don't remember. It was a thing, but I was like, oh, that was something I didn't know. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
but what made you?
The thing about
Oh, sorry.
sorry, you finish.
I was just about to say, like, what made you? Because this is something I always wonder when I see anyone who does YouTube, or any kind of like social media. Like, what made you decide to start like posting videos? Like, because a lot of people will think
Um,
about it and they're just too lazy, or they think people won't like their stuff. I feel like it takes a like different type of person to be like, oh, I'm gonna like put this out here on like a regular basis and have like a routine.
my channel's still relatively young. It hasn't even been a full year since my first upload. But I started it like I actually made the channel like late 2019, and I wanted to do video essays, which are just these very well researched essays that you just basically convert into videos and whatever. It can be boring, but there's some really good people who do that sort of stuff. And I was bored as the pandemic started, and I posting videos. I lost my job early on. I didn't really have much to do with my time. It's really just, if the pandemic never hit, I probably never would have done that first video.
Mm.
You're you're a 19th century historian, correct?
Roughly. When I have to describe it really quick, I'll just say 19th century, but it's not even all of the 19th century. It's some of the 18th century. But yeah, that's like the quick version.
For idiots like me, that means that means like so the 19th century is basically 1800 to 1899, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
like
technically it's
one
to
year ahead.
1800. I think 1801 is the first year of the next century. I think it starts at 1.
Brady, why you gotta talk down to me on my own podcast? Why,
Well, you said
I-
you said you were an idiot.
why you gotta yell at me like that? Dude, but why? So, because you're young like us, right? So why'd you get into that time frame in history? Why did you decide, hey, this is the time frame I want to study and learn about?
I made a lot of decisions while I was pretty late, actually. I wasn't into history or social studies in general for most of my life. And like midway through community college, I made that decision. And I still can't tell you exactly why I got into exactly that. I guess one of the first history books I picked up for fun just happened to be about Thomas Jefferson, and it kind of built from there. I could have picked up anything and ended up in any time, really. I don't really put too much into that decision. I think it was just I kind of lucked into this. And
like
some
what you
some might
enjoyed.
say I didn't luck into it because it's not everyone's favorite time period.
Yeah, I gotta say, I hated history in school when I went to high school, and especially U.S. history. Um, but from the few videos I've watched on yours which cover that, I've enjoyed it. I feel like just my teachers were boring, maybe. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel
There's
like
a
yeah, you go.
There's a bit. Sorry, I haven't talked to people in a long time, so I'm getting to know
I've
the
been
flow
talking
of
to my
conversation.
parrot for the past year and a half.
Oh
Like,
yeah, dude, your
seriously,
bird.
Like,
I love your bird. By the way.
when's the last time I've interacted with a new person? It was a long time ago.
To be fair, same with me. So
I've only saw one episode. Like I said, I think that bird's fake, right? Like that thing didn't move once on your shoulder. Is it like, did you get the bird from Dumb and Dumber where like his head was cut off and you just taped it up with some scotch tape?
Oh god. A lot of people.
yeah, White.
are-
He has a dead bird. What do you expect?
I'm sorry, I didn't know he was gonna have like I didn't know.
No, I've seen it.
a lot of people like, why are you holding the bird? Let the bird go or whatever. But the bird's in charge for most of that. Like he likes being held. He likes being there. He's always attached to people. And I think it's kind of become a running joke on the channel that I just don't acknowledge him. And if I don't, then there's just a million comments where they're just like, bird, is he going to acknowledge the bird? And apparently comments are good for the YouTube algorithm, so I think I'm doing something right.
Yeah, that's smart. Keep it a meme. That's a good idea.
Have the bird attack you one day.
Yeah.
He attacks. He's well behaved during the videos sometimes, but like he's got like this hooked bill, like his beak is like really good for gripping onto things. So if he gets a hold of you, he can really hurt you.
What so I had no idea like birds were actually friendly because he seems like or is it she? I don't know. Did I miss?
It's a he. We think he's a he. At first we thought it was a girl, and
how do you know?
The girls don't talk as much, I guess, and he says a few things.
That's the opposite in human species. Right?
Yeah, chat's on fire with the bird right now. Girl says it's her bird.
Yes, she's talking.
That is true. She's the one who got the bird. It was like one of those situations where I was telling her, "Do you really want to make this decision?" And I wasn't really so sure about it because it felt like she was making a very impulsive decision, and she was. She admits that at this point.
Let's get into the nitty gritty. Why do you paint your nails? Like we gotta ask the tough questions.
Oh, okay.
Why do you paint your nails? He says.
I'm a nail biter. It keeps me from biting my nails.
Oh, I'm a nail biter too. Shit.
And she likes doing nails, so it's a canvas for her. And recently she started a thing where she's gonna start doing flags because people on my channel are really into flags and stuff, and we're gonna just make it a gimmick.
Yeah, dude, I'm really into flags too. The fact I get into so many countries' flags when I see it, I just want to know what the origin of those colors, that scheme was.
Yeah, symbols.
Yeah, I do a whole thing on my channel, and it's somehow the thing that's offended the most people. It's the flag review series where I just look at people's flags and I just judge them solely based on looks. It's the most shallow thing I've ever done. Because I'm not looking into their origins. I'm not considering anything. I'm just judging them based on how they look. And then some people are like, "Hey, roast my country's flag or something." Other people are a little bit more sensitive about that, and I try to tell them it's a joke, but
this fucking guy with the birds telling me my flag sucks, so I guess he wants my whole family to be genocide. Okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's a lot of fun to mess around with that sort of stuff. I was thinking about doing something a little more educational around flags, but every single time I do something stupid and random, those videos tend to attract a very dedicated audience. It's not the most people, but the people who are into that are really into that. Like one of the stupid videos I did recently was ranking presidents by their beards.
That's
one I've done. I've had videos where I go into great depth and try to teach people something, but that video does really well.
Yeah, I feel like it's better to have fun and do it. Like you want to be educational, but also have you done you've done the tier list, right?
Yeah, that's what it was. It was in a tier
I think
list.
I saw one of those.
That's the only one I did, so that's probably it.
What's a tier list?
Like where it's like S tier, A tier, B tier, and you like rank them, which like from the best to worst. You don't know what a tier list is?
What? Oh, I thought you meant like a YouTube channel, like a tier zoo or something. You're just talking about like 1 is the worst, 10's the best, and you do
like
tiers?
tier, like TIER, like
tier. Yeah. Okay, hey, listen, now everyone's talking down to me. Okay,
I didn't know you were that.
No, that's okay. Next week, guys, live on the Nothings will be Brady and Gem. They will be hosting the show from now on.
Yeah. Oh, come on, don't pout.
I'm fucking around.
What I know this is a hacky question, but what would you say like is the most iconic event in the 1800s? You said it was the 19th century.
Yeah, the 1800s. I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
like
it would be hard
like
not
the biggest.
would probably have to be if you're American, it's the American Civil War.
I was gonna just say maybe the Civil fucking War. You fucking.
But like there it depends on where you are really. If you're from Europe, it's
Shut
probably
up,
like the Napoleonic Wars or something like that. But Americans don't really learn about that nearly as much.
Mm.
When JFK was in Texas that day, what do you think was the most impactful thing that happened to him? I don't know. Maybe that fucking bullet hitting the back of his dome.
No, fair enough. That is. I feel like people remember history a lot for its wars. Where like if you look at nowadays, right? Like we've been in the longest wars in our history, right? But like it's not really a subject of intrigue even. Like so much
Yeah.
other shit's going on, like with pandemics and politics and stuff. It's like, will they look back and be like, oh, those were the fucking, wars in the Middle East? Or will they look back like, oh, there was a fucking virus? I don't know. Sorry, dude. It was a dumb question. You go, Whitey, then. You're the smart guy.
It's not a really dumb question. I think there's a lot of validity to that. And if I were to, I could broaden things and look outside of like war and politics because that's not all that is history, but the stuff that people recognize more. Like I could say like.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Brady, but Jem's like 2 questions in. Like, do you think African Americans were happy with the outcome of the American Civil War? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Oh God.
Oh man.
Dude, I'm so sorry, man.
No.
I had to say that.
Do you think like people will look back and like do you think people will look back at 2020 and be like, wow, that was a crazy year? And with your knowledge of history and how it's written and how it's interpreted like centuries after, or do you think it'll be like, oh, that was just another crazy year?
Oh, I think this year is going to be it's probably going to be one of the biggest years of the century so far as historians are concerned, because the pandemic affected literally everybody. So
like
there's going to be so much to look into there. Just the insurrection, which I've tried not talking about too much on the channel because I feel like there are plenty of to talk about that sort of thing, but like that's just nobody saw that. I guess people did see it coming.
What's
Apparently,
insurrection?
I called it months ago in like an ERA. What?
Yeah, what is
that? What's an
I don't know that
insurrection?
either.
Insurrection, like the riot, the Trump riot thing.
Oh, like the Capitol thing. Yeah. Yeah, no,
you can call it whatever you want. That's just one of many words you could use for it.
That's a dumb word. Half the people that rioted probably can't even spell that word.
What's insurrection? Yeah, what's insurrection mean? Dude, we are really dumb, by the way. I don't know what that means. I'm so stupid.
Understatement.
Shut up, Duel. Fucking
Any person that came to this episode because of Brady is probably like, why the fuck did he just come on this?
Oh my god.
You guys are just 2 idiot comedians, that's all.
It's like we're kindergartners.
We didn't even get to
Teaching
social
a
studies
class.
yet.
Just forcefully trying to take over the government or whatever. It's a coup,
okay.
or a million different words you could use to describe it.
That's a poem.
One could argue that they weren't really going to take over the government, but they really wanted to overturn a democratic election. So I'd say,
yeah, it's accurate.
Plain insurrection. I don't want to soften the blow of what happened because that was ridiculous.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm sure that will definitely make the history books in one form or another. Do you ever like question history? Like, because the classic quote about history is like, oh, it's written by the winners, and like that's always been a thing that people say. Do you ever like question like, hey, this, when you go back like maybe further than a few hundred years, but like where it's like, okay, this, I'm gonna take it with a grain of sand. Like I'll believe what they said, but do you ever like wonder like if other shit went down and it was just like more?
Oh yeah, that's like the whole stage that I'm at right now. When you go through like a bachelor's degree in history, by the time you get out, you still don't really know anything. It's everything after that where you start learning how history is written, because you can learn all the fun facts early on and while you're getting your bachelor's degree, and that's fun. But then you get into stuff like historiography, which is a fancy word for the history of how history is written, and that's pretty much the entire thing that you focus on in a lot of graduate programs. And you have to understand the perspective of different historical writers and how they may have gotten things wrong, how they may have gotten things right, how they compare to writers from different times. Like that's the stage that I'm at right now. So yeah, I'm constantly questioning what I know because I've been wrong so many times. It's very easy to get things wrong in history.
Yeah,
True,
channels
true.
like yours, and who knows? Because kind of like what Jem said, I wasn't there, so I don't know what actually happened. But channels like yours, even though I've only seen one episode for so far, but I've learned. Maybe it's because the history and the things I look up on, say, mostly YouTube and other websites, is stuff that I'm actually seeking out to learn. But I've learned so many things of history outside of school. It was stuff that I've looked up on my own. And there's actually one thing that I found out about that I never heard once. I know for a fact I never heard once in all my grades of history and for some reason social studies in the third grade because they just threw that in there and then forgot about it. I never learned about this thing called dance mania. Have you ever heard about that, Brady?
Dance Mania.
Brady?
I think I saw a video that talked about that. It's been so long, but it was like this group of people, they started dancing and then a whole bunch of people started dancing and they were like dancing themselves to death or something like that.
That's exactly it happened in like the 1500s. I think it was somewhere in Europe, and that's exactly what happened. A woman out of nowhere just came on dancing in the streets, and she kind of was dancing hysterically and couldn't stop. And then all of a sudden, other people joined her, and they started dancing in the streets, and some of them were just falling to their
Isn't
deaths.
that just like a flash mob?
It's a very extreme flash mob.
Yeah.
Isn't that like a mosh pit that happens at the at the punk bands all the time, dude? It was actually, it was funny. Some people thought that the movie The Happening secretly was kind of referencing that because some people think that the reason it happened was just mass hysteria. People do something, people get hysterical, they aren't thinking in the right way, and then all of a sudden they think like, oh, I have to fucking dance now, and then boom.
Well, I mean I live near fucking Salem. I live at like near Boston. Brady, I'm not sure where you live, but I've been to Salem a few times, and like that was a big thing we learned in school was like the witch trials, kind of like a similar thing where like people just kind of went along with the crowd.
It's definitely a perfect example of mass hysteria gone awry. That I'm pretty close as well. I'm from Rhode Island, so I'm like one state
really?
over. I've been to Salem. I've been to Salem a few times.
Oh wow, okay, yeah, you're close then, huh?
Yeah, me and Jem have a big debate. So, are you from America? Like, were you born in America?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've seen your thumbnails, and like, I mean, with the hat you wear and everything, you kind of look like an Armenian car bomber. So me and Jem have been trying to figure out what nationality are you, bro?
Yeah, well,
I've never really learned it. I believe I'm a little French, a little English. There's nothing really surprising in there, I don't think. I've never done the little ancestry thing. I've always wanted to.
A little Taliban.
Well, there's something that your beard is so like, dude. When I grow a beard, it's scraggly, it's red for some reason because I'm part Irish, and it's just I look at your beard, I'm like, why can't I grow a beard that black and that like full? Like it angers me. I feel like a man.
Took a
You're
long
about to
time.
wear a ticking backpack.
Yeah, I'm upset.
Oh god.
I'm almost 30.
Like,
I can't grow a beard.
You gotta force your way through like the awkward stage because it will look bad before it looks better.
Yeah,
True.
And some people just can't grow them, but like if you can, sometimes you just have to get through that because it's patchy as all hell. It just grew long enough that I can like comb it into place where it covers all the patches.
True. The one saving grace is my dad. I remember he was like, yeah, I couldn't grow a beard till I was like 35. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe it's just genetic.
Yeah.
But
Get there one day, man.
who was the best president with the beards?
Sorry, what?
Who did you think was the best president? Oh, sorry. Who was the best president with the beard?
President with a beard. Who did I put on top? I think it was James Garfield.
How do you?
It was nothing
Abe
about
Lincoln?
like his
Come on.
presidency.
I was just thinking that Abe Lincoln, man.
Yeah, that's like an
his beard's
obvious.
overrated, man.
Oh, this guy over here.
It's all in the top hat, man. It's
I mean, Lincoln was not a good-looking person. He was not well-groomed. If we're just talking about appearance, Lincoln.
Dude, this guy wanted Robert E. Lee to win that fucking war.
Robert E. Lee had pretty good facial hair.
That's an interesting one.
I never even heard the guy that you picked. Who was it? Robert? Was it Garfield? Like the cat?
James Garfield. He was. A lot of people don't know him. He was assassinated like a few presidents after Lincoln.
Oh Jesus!
Was he assassinated like
They
really?
They didn't
on?
quite
That's
figure it out yet. Sorry, what?
They didn't figure out the killer or how to grow a beard. Oh,
What?
boy.
They didn't figure out how to not get presidents assassinated. Sorry, I didn't finish my thought.
There was no like Secret Service yet.
Because the Secret Service existed, but they were there. Their job was to fight against counterfeiting, which is it's weird because that's not what we think about them for. But like, they weren't as serious as they are today as bodyguards. So some guy just kind of walked up to him and just shot him in the face. And the guy was like totally crazy. He was absolutely out of his mind. It's a great mental health story.
Yeah, you are 100% right, because there was a video, Infographics did a video on that, on how lax the protection of the president was early on to compare to what it is now. It really was like, even when they thought, even after an assassination, or I think even after an assassination attempt on someone who was president, they kind of just said, yeah, just have a couple guys around him, he'll be fine. I forgot who the president was, but a guy who got attempted assassination was then assassinated later on because they didn't really beef up the security.
Dude, I remember watching on YouTube. I forget the name of the guy, the president, but you can watch on YouTube of this guy come out with a gun and go to shoot, and like the bodyguard like jumps in front of the bullet. It's in like black and white. Oh, what was it? You might know, Brady. What the president's name?
I'm not sure which one this is. So he didn't get shot?
It was on camera, so it was like recent. He did. He might have gotten shot, but he didn't die. Oh, true.
I know Reagan got shot.
I
don't know.
Maybe it was him. Yeah, I don't know. It was a good video though.
He survived though.
What did he get? Like he got shot like in a movie? Because that's not real, Brady.
Mm.
Dude, I gotta ask. In your videos, you said in the one that I saw that you go through the ads. Like, so if someone's having a sponsored video, even if it's like a 2-minute sponsor, which Oversimplified kind of does, he does like a long 1 minute plus sponsorship of something, that you actually just you watch the ads and you keep them on your version, your reaction to the video. Is there a reason why you do that?
Some of the ads are still active. In the case of the Oversimplified video, those are not still active. But in the case where they are, I like them to be able to like have the promo code on screen. But in general, something feels kind of disrespectful about it, because that is part of their video to just like
promo code.
I don't know. I just kind of like having a flat policy there where I just don't skip ads, and I'll tell people straight up, you can skip it on my video if you want, but I'm going to sit through it and it'll help me sleep at night.
I was laughing at myself because I watched every Oversimplified video and you're midway through the ad and I'm looking at the video like, I've never seen this part of Oversimplified. And I started laughing. I'm like, oh, that's because I always skip the fucking advertisement.
No, I respect that though. A lot of Twitch streamers will like react to videos, and most of them will like, not only will they skip the ad, they'll complain about it. And it's like, dude, this is like, you're just reacting to their content for like 20 minutes and you can't like even give them a plug. Like, so I get where you're coming from with that. It's kind of like a respect thing.
I don't want to have to think about it too much. Like, do you think this ad is expired yet? Like, because some of those can last a really long time. Some of those promo codes can last a really long time. Sometimes they use them for a lot of videos, so I never really know. So
I have kind of like a selfish question that you
will you sign my baseball?
yeah. it's like Helga Pataki. She got the
Please,
fucking
sir,
like
can I have some more?
gum statue in her. No. I was just gonna. This is way out of left field, but we were talking about Lincoln and stuff. So I've always heard people talk about like I don't want to get into politics, but I've heard people say,
Oh boy,
I know, right? I've
We've
heard people
that one before.
No, I know, shut up, buddy. But I've heard people say like that the two parties like had a switch in the 1800s, and then I've heard people on one side be like, "Oh, that's a lie," and then people on the other side say it's a lie, and like without having any kind of like bias, just historically, what do people mean when they say that? Is that true?
I don't like using the word switch, but I'm not going to say it's wrong. It's political realignment is the term that people like to use, because to say that it's a switch, it's like one side took all the other side stuff and the other side took all the other side stuff and we just completely flip-flop. But that's a little too simple. But generally, the Republicans were the liberal party at the time. It's incredibly complicated how that even occurred.
To do with the Industrial Revolution and people living in one location moved north and more, something like that.
You were getting towards kind of the end of my area of study, and I don't really want to like pretend I know more than I do about it.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's what I just heard. That's what I remember. Cool.
Well, when you say like the Republican Party was the liberal party, what does that mean? Do you mean like in terms of what they thought or what they were called?
And
like, were they actually called liberals back then? Or was just their ideas aligned with liberals?
I don't know what language they would have preferred. I guess from our perspective, they would be liberals. Like the Democratic Party, they were like, the easiest example is like slavery, and the Republicans were not all anti-slavery. I don't want to pretend that they were all great, but they were a little bit more evolved on like at least social issues. You can talk about economics or whatever. I think that's more of a geographic issue, because like the North is like industrial and the South is like agrarian and farming and whatever. So that's
how does something like that go about? Like, because I don't watch the news, but I kind of get it from a layman point of view. If I saw Tucker Carl or whatever his name is on fucking CNN tomorrow, I'd be like, well, what the fuck just happened? So how does a political realignment, how does that even take place with so many moving parts being involved?
Of course, every single political realignment is very unique. If that were to happen tomorrow, if he ended up on CNN, I would say that the Republican... Actually, here's a really good example here. We can just talk about Donald Trump. Because before Donald Trump, the Republican Party would have been considered the Republican Party of Ronald Reagan. Before that, he was like the mascot for the Republican Party for like forever. He was big into deregulating stuff. He wanted government to be generally small, but he wanted the military to be pretty big. And then Donald Trump comes around, and he starts to break from a lot of typical political traditions. First of all, he's loud. He's got no filter pretty much. So he's kind of breaking from some of the visual stuff. Like people are looking at him like, okay, that's not your typical Republican. But he's also talking about, and this is his campaign, not exactly how he actually ran as president, but he was talking about regulating more to stop outsourcing and all that sort of stuff. So weirdly enough, this political realignment that we've been having now is a bit more I don't even know how to phrase it. It's a bit more kind of on the face of it, while underneath they're kind of doing the same things. Like how they present themselves is really what we're fighting over right now.
So it's not something that the parties at the time chose to do. It's just something that happens, and you can see it happening over time.
like systems break down, vacuums are created, and stuff will come in to fill that void. I don't want to attribute it to any like one person. Of course, a lot is going to have to change in politics in a world where slavery is abolished. You're going to have to make some significant changes and stuff.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Where a lot of like big changes.
Yeah, political alignments tend to be alongside massive political, like groundbreaking change.
Do you think like like with the internet and social media, like is that something they'll look back on to be like a huge change in politics or like just history?
Oh, absolutely. I think this time in particular, because I think politicians are really just now starting to really figure out how to use
Shut
it
up,
over this
Whitey.
past decade.
Shut up, Whitey. Shut up, Whitey. Shut up. I heard
no.
you fucking snorting over there.
Hey, so do you think computers? You think they're a big deal? Like, I
No,
don't know
no,
if this
shut
whole
up.
Macintosh is going to be the next big thing that they keep saying.
No, I
kids
know.
nowadays.
Dude, okay. On the surface, it sounds like a dumb question, but like I'm putting it in the perspective of like what's coming next after.
I love,
internet.
dude, Jem. I love you, dude. I fucking love you. Like, this is it.
I
I
know.
love you. you're like a flying parrot landing on his fucking shoulder, taking a dump on his chest. Oh my god, dude, I don't want to sway off this topic because this is
No, go
I actually
ahead.
love learning about it, but this is how dumb I am with history, man. So yet again, back to I only saw one video, but it was a long one. But at one point, they were you talked about the colonization of Africa. So maybe I just misheard you or something, but was the whole continent of Africa, was it really just like this whole piece of land, and it didn't start to get divided up into countries until people from the north, like Spain and England and France and Belgium, like started coming over? So they weren't divided up into, like I said, like countries or whatever until that started happening.
They were divided up, but the European powers didn't really care how they were currently divided up. There was basically this big conference where all the European powers got together and they decided, hey, we don't want to fight each other in Africa for land, so we're just going to decide among ourselves right now who gets what. And of course, none of the African countries were represented there. They kind of just made the decisions because, like, who's going to stop them? So then they each kind of got their little bits here. I assume there was some thought put into where people are currently already established, because they do have countries already set up at that point. I do want to emphasize that.
One of my other
they weren't without organization. It might have looked a little weird coming from a European country, but they were doing their own thing.
Gotcha. One of my other favorite YouTubers is Thoughty2. Have you ever done a video on him? A reactionary
No,
video?
I'm not familiar with him.
I mean, personally, if you're a fan of history, he does more like fact-based things around the world, but he has done historical videos. He did something about this Belgium leader. I forget his name, but he was big in terms of gaining land in the Congo for rubber imports, and basically he was like
rubber.
Yeah, no, dude, for rubber.
Wait, rubber comes from the Congo?
It comes from it naturally came from trees, and then we learned how to make it synthetically.
I thought some guy like baked it in an oven by accident.
It's kind of like tree sap, but he basically was responsible, kind of like Hitler in a way, for the death of around 15 million people.
I wasn't familiar with the numbers, but I know who that is. That's Leopold II.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, he was unique in that. He was the king of Belgium at the time, and when they were dividing up countries, they gave what was called the Congo Free State to him, not to Belgium, to him. He owned that country on his own, separately from Belgium, and he was enslaving people and harvesting rubber because at the time cars were coming out, so it was a big business.
He was the tire guy, huh? He was just he was the Michelin man.
He owned good Congo tire.
Dude, Belgian beer is amazing, by the way.
Really?
Are you a beer
guy?
I
hear they have great chocolate. No, I personally don't drink.
Okay. I can't drink beer anymore, but when I did, Belgian beer was fucking so good.
He was trying to get off beer, so he started biting his nails, but then he had to get off that.
Jeez. I grind my
Uh,
teeth. I should paint my teeth, dude.
What
No,
was that
wait,
one th- oh, go
Didn't you
ahead,
tell me
dude.
to wear a retainer once?
I told you. I told you to wear a mouth guard.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Isn't that the same thing?
No, not at all. A
Mouth
retainer
guards
is like a
are just the worst.
yeah, but they help with grinding teeth.
It's
in
the
your
same
sleep.
problem.
Don't you wear a mouth guard for like football though? I'm
Well,
like,
that's a different type, but yeah.
you don't know nothing, Whitey.
Say, dude, one thing that you said in the oversimplified video was how we learn a lot about Hitler and Mao, but it's almost as if we didn't learn a lot about Mussolini. And I think what your answer was, maybe that's because just how more America was impacted. I said Mao for China, but I'm an idiot. But like how more America was impacted
Japan, Gotcha.
by Germany and then Japan, and not as much Italy. Like there wasn't really that much American Italian conflict during World War II. Do you think another reason might be just the fact that there's so many Italians that live in America that they kind of just subconsciously or even consciously don't want to bring that up as much?
Yeah, they just think it's a pasta dish.
What?
Mussolini, like pasta fagioli.
Oh, God.
I put some extra Mussolini on the cannoli with the chocolate chips.
No, dude, you aren't wrong though. Mussolini had like 1 page in my history book in school.
We
Like,
don't
he had
learn
like
it
half
that
a page.
much, and I don't know. I mean, but nowadays Christopher Columbus might as well be Lucifer. So maybe I'm wrong, but I'm just asking because I don't know. I don't know if that might be a reason or not to you.
It's very possible. Whenever we look at historiography and stuff, and we always got to look at the perspective of the people writing it and who they're writing it for. So I think that's very possible. I don't know for sure, of course. I've not really looked into it, but that's a good hypothesis. That's something to build upon.
I'm just asking a question, man.
Do you think people in like 1,000 years will look back and think like Harry Potter was a real guy?
I'm gonna tell my kids this was Abe Lincoln.
I love that meme.
It's such a good meme.
No, but you know what I mean? Like,
go wrong for that.
Do you ever feel like we look back at like religion, like not even just to single out the Bible, but just any religious text where it's like, do you think there's any chance that could have just been like the fiction of that time, like allegory, and we kind of look at it like it's literal?
I mean, yeah, I'm personally not religious. I don't really think of it that way. I think of a lot of it as allegory, but I can't really judge anyone because I don't know. I try to be agnostic about things. Like I just don't know. If I do know, I'll tell you, but I'll just
right.
I don't know.
How could we know? You know.
I don't want to judge people for being religious because I know some really smart people who are otherwise religious, and I might be the idiot in this situation.
Yeah, no, I've met a lot of atheists that I want to just shove in a trash can, by the way, too. So I'm not on either side. It just kind of, I've always thought about that, where it's like, what if like the Quran or the Bible was just like their Harry Potter or like their like Romeo and Juliet, you know? What if that was just the shit that they went out to I don't know. It's a weird thing, but
it was their
Star Wars. A lot of that stuff.
Yeah, it's their like it was their kind of thing. They love that. That was their fucking Humpty Dumpty, you know? They love that shit, but
yeah, with a lot of that stuff, it's not as much a question about whether they were real people. It's more a question like what they said and what they meant by it and that sort of stuff. If Jesus or whatever says he's the son of God, does he mean literally or what, or is that like some sort of statement where he's saying I'm a king, because kings at the time were considered to be like sons of God in a lot of ways.
Right.
So there's a lot to get lost in interpretation. I don't know if we're going to have as much of a problem going forward, because the real issue is that we're going to have too much information going forward, especially with the internet. Future historians who are going to have to cover stuff happening right now, I don't know how they're going to narrow it down. There's just way too much.
Yeah, dude, I like that statement because a lot of people, even historians, will say like there's just so much that we don't know because there was not the ways that we have now to record things wasn't all the way back in the day, hundreds, thousands of years ago, or tens of thousands of years ago. But I also think because there's just so much information, it's like, well, what do you save? Like, and what are you going to lose because you don't? No, seriously, I
No,
really
no, I'm
because
laughing because I agree.
yeah, because here one of the things I actually do take seriously in my life, very few, but one is sports. And dude, for the life of me, I'll start asking myself, "Oh man, who was that guy in 2008 or what?" And I'll try to look into it. It's almost like so many forgotten people just 10, 15 years ago. I don't know like just what it's going to be like 100 years. Like what are people going to remember about this time 100 years from now?
Yeah. One of my professors told me a story about a paper that he really wanted to do about a group of carpet weavers in Connecticut. I know it's kind of a mundane story, but that's what a lot of history is. It's not all wars and politics. Sometimes you're learning about Connecticut carpet weavers, but he had the issue where there was 3 sources he could find that mentioned them, and then it just dried up from there. There was nothing to go with. Nobody will ever know what happened to those Connecticut carpet weavers. Now, with all the information that we have today, so much is going to just slip under the radar that is there. It's going to be especially frustrating because we have the information. We just can't narrow it down. It's just way too much to work with. You ever go onto Google and you scroll to like the bottom of the page and it shows there's like a million pages you can sift through?
I never go past the first page.
No one
that's
does.
never.
Well, if it's kind of like what you're looking for might be on like the last page of that, and
Right.
no human being can be expected to go through all that much.
Well, hey, maybe, dude, maybe in the future there'll be like historians will be like the main career. Like there'll be so much more of a need for them, just to like sift through all the fucking debris.
The Powerball
I
numbers
hope
are
so.
probably in the middle of Apple's terms and services, but no one fucking reads that shit, so no one's gonna win the lottery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
That's the career I've chosen at this point, to sift through the stuff that a lot of people don't want to.
Dude,
I
what's
feel
your-
like it. Oh, sorry.
No, I just want what's your so far going through all this, what's been your favorite thing that you found out that you're like, "Oh, dude, this is fucking awesome. I had no idea about this."
Mm. Like just anything I've learned about history.
Yeah, why
Question
do
mark?
you keep yelling at me?
I'm just confused. I
No,
just
it's
want
just-
you to clarify the.
It's such a
Clarify
hard
the
on the spot question, though. That's
Well,
like,
what's one of the favorite things that you've like just found about history that you had no idea until starting to really study it and dive into it?
That's very interesting because I find it difficult. Sometimes I have moments where I'm just sitting there like, what? Why did I choose this? And I love it and all, but sometimes I find it difficult to justify my life choices here because it really, I don't know if it can be drawn back to any single moment that makes it worth it. I think it's the absence of information that really draws me into it.
Do you get
yeah,
at all
yeah, I get that.
afraid or anything in terms of just how this path that you've chosen could affect you financially? Like, do you even think about stuff like that? Like, is this a career I really want to get into just in terms of money wise?
Oh yeah, I've made the decision to not make a lot of money. That is what happened when you get into liberal arts. You can't question people's integrity with that stuff because they're not there to cash checks. They're usually there because they want to do it. So yeah, I think about that a lot. The YouTube channel has been very encouraging because that's become an extra source of income. It's not a lot, but it's a nice side thing while I don't really have much else to do because there's no jobs right now. No museums are hiring. I'm not actually certified to be a teacher, so I can't do that. Nor do I want to be in schools right now.
Hmm.
So, and the job market's bad for history. I mean, it really depends on where you are. Some places have more local sites than others, so I can't say it's all bad, but it's generally bad.
Yeah, there's a joke there. It's if you study liberal arts in college, you got 2 career paths. It's either teacher or author.
Yeah. and asking if you want fries with that. I've heard that one.
I never heard. I didn't hear that. That's a rough go. Oh, that's that
I've
whole.
heard
I used
that
to be
one
a
a lot.
doctor in my country.
Oh, yeah, and it's one of those fields where the PhD is so valued, and if you don't have a PhD, you are nothing. You are dirt. You're what you say doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, there kind of seems to be like a pompousness with that whole any kind of educational field where the people at the top are kind of like, no, this is what it is, and if you challenge that, you're fucking a pariah unless you have the right, um, like you said, like a PhD or a master's or whatever.
That's academics for you.
Yeah, it does seem kind of like that. Hopefully that changes though, but I do identify with what you said. Like the reason why I'm not really into U.S. history, in school at least, was I was always into like ancient history. Maybe
Mm,
because there's more like what you said, where like, oh, it's the what don't I know that kind of interests you. I'm kind of the
yeah.
same way in a certain way where like I'm always interested in like going way way back, like ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, like because there's so much more mystery. I can kind of treat it as more of like a fiction or a fantasy and kind of like delve into it as a hobby rather than like, okay, this is clear cut, there was this president and this cabinet and this thing. um yeah, I don't know, I'm
All
kind
feels like it all
so,
feels like fantasy, right? Because like fantasy stuff is all based on like times like the Middle Ages and ancient times and stuff. So I guess that would be
yeah,
easier to make that connection. Nobody's writing a fantasy novel about the 1900s.
Dude, what the
right.
fuck is carpet weaving? I was just thinking
It's
that. I've
in
never,
Connecticut.
no one ever came to my house and crocheted a carpet for me.
These were like these were fancy carpets. I don't know. They were just made by hand. That's all I know about the story. Like I said, there was 3 sources, and
Our
it all
fucking
dried up from there.
producer does carpentry, and he tapes a fucking nail gun to his knee, and that's how he does it. So I need to know what weaving carpet means.
Oh, that just reminded me. Here's a good one. Have you do you know anything about like Freemasonry in terms of like the 1800s?
like
Was there any like
bricks and cement, or what are you talking about?
no, like that like there's like because you live in Rhode Island, you said, right?
Yeah.
Because I live in Massachusetts and we have some like of the oldest lodges, but I never knew what it was. Is there like
Freemasonry, it's kind of hard to talk about because they are kind of secretive.
mm,
But and I've generally not looked. If you're gonna look into that, you want to look into that specifically. You're not gonna find it like along the way. But a lot of people are a lot, and it's not that sinister. The more you think about it, a lot of the people who are really powerful are in secret societies, be it like the Freemasons or the Skull and Bones Society at Harvard. And the whole thing is you build connections with other powerful people. And when you're in a position of power, you help other people in that group get ahead.
mm.
So like if you're in like the Skull and Bones Society, which is like where George W. Bush, I believe he was in that, and
Wasn't John
he
Kerry
becomes
too?
president. Something like that.
Weren't they
I
both?
don't
I
know.
remember I remember there was 2 presidents who ran that were both in the same fraternity. It might have been Skull and
Yeah.
Bones, if I remember that right. But so you're
Wouldn't be
saying it's like a
surprising,
boys'
but it's
club,
like,
baby,
yeah,
like a
yeah,
boys' club.
it is.
Where,
It's like you take your image of the Illuminati and then you take your image of a boys' club and kind of meet in the middle.
okay, yeah, I wasn't. By the way, I wasn't asking in terms of like conspiracy. Like I don't buy the whole fucking Illuminati like, shit. Yeah, there goes the drop.
The first drop this late. I love it.
I just know that there were a lot of like weren't a lot of like the founders of the country like Freemasons.
Yeah, George Washington was a Freemason.
True.
A lot of them were. Some of the early ones weren't, but their kids became Freemasons because a lot of that stuff became a little bit more popular the further we got into the country.
Mm.
But yeah, it started with George Washington. He was a Freemason, and people were skeptical of these societies. There was a kind of a political movement where they were like a party that kind of merged into what became the Republican Party. They were like the anti-Mason party, and that was their thing. They just didn't like Freemasons.
Really? Oh, that's
Catholics.
interesting.
I think they didn't like both.
That's usually how it goes. You get people who are really religious and annoying. So then you get the really like anti-religious atheist people who are fucking annoying. And it's just like, you guys, neither of you won't just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
People forget that Americans, for most of our history, we've hated Catholics.
Is that true?
Up until Kennedy, we never had a Catholic president. They didn't like Catholics because they were very European. The Europeans were Catholics. And the Americans were mainly Protestant. And
Yeah, what's that about?
that's the
See,
divide.
I think I'm Catholic Christian, at least in terms of like growing up in my family, and we eat a bunch of fish on Christmas Eve. That's as much as I can really tell you. And but
What? Who
but
eats fish on Christmas Eve? What is
that's
that?
what it is. It's the 7 fishes. You eat stuffed clams.
The
and
7
shrimp.
fish.
All right, listen, buddy.
What is this fucking Skyrim? The Elder Scrolls?
But dude, growing up, I always thought, just because I'm fucking naive, I guess, that Catholic was the main Christianity. Am I wrong?
It's
Or
the
is it
Roman one, right?
It's
Roman
kind of the
Catholic?
one. They got the Pope. They've got like all the positions of power or whatever. The thing Protestants did, they kind of like broke off, and it's like, hey, we'll read the Bible and interpret it ourselves. And there's a whole bunch of different groups that come off of Protestants that
Oh, so
interpreted it in
Jewish
different
people are
ways.
Protestant. Okay,
I
thank
can
you.
smell you.
Oh no.
Um,
Wait, are they?
yeah, I wasn't expecting that one. He threw me off there.
It only took an hour.
Oh Jesus.
So
But-
are there
but
more
yeah.
Protestants than Catholics, say, in America? Do you know that? Because I'm really confused on that shit, man.
I think we're more Protestant. I don't know. I haven't seen like a pie chart on this in a very long time, but I'd imagine we've been Protestant since like forever. So there's probably more.
Yeah, see, I wasn't raised religious, but I'm Irish and Italian, so the only one I ever heard of was Catholic. But then they, diddled a bunch of kids, and I didn't really hear much
Yeah,
about
they
them
got
after
that going for them.
But
What's
aren't they based in Rome? Don't they have their own like country?
The
They got
Vatican.
Vatican City, which is
Mhm.
like us. It's kind of like a small country, and the Pope is like the king.
When's that gonna end?
No idea, man.
Doesn't Britain
I-
still
I-
have queens and kings and shit?
Oh, they got the Queen. You don't know the Queen?
Queen Elizabeth, is it?
Yeah, it's still
Queen Elizabeth. Shut up,
II.
Jim.
What? What do you mean?
I know you're stupid, but you know who the fuck? Like, really, you're gonna try to Leonardo DiCaprio that? Is it Queen Elizabeth? I think
Is
might
it?
be
I
the
can't tell
queen.
if you're fucking
Yes,
with me.
you know it is. You fucking dweeb.
No, but she was queen when I was like 2, dude. How's
'Cause
she
she's-
still queen?
Because she's 106.
It's
She's
okay,
like
man,
Betty
like-
White. She was in the Golden Girls.
She's made like 4 speeches in her life. It's understandable if you don't know exactly who she is.
How do they
Don't
still like exist
cover
in
up
like
for 'em.
do they have an actual government or like
Yeah,
Are
like
they-
the Queen doesn't do that much really. It's kind of an honorary role. I guess she does have kind of vague powers that theoretically she could use, but chooses not to. It's weird. I've talked to a lot of Europeans about this stuff, and there's kind of some of them are very sensitive about their
I
monarch.
guess she could
I don't get
put on that giant robot suit and start destroying the town if she really wanted to.
Like
Gosh.
a lot of her powers have not like formally been taken away, but she doesn't really. She's not gonna step up and be like, "Okay, now I'm taking charge. I'm gonna make all these decisions." Because who knows if Parliament would even go along with it.
Who's putting a nail to a chalkboard right now?
That was
Does
the
anyone-
one,
Oh,
I think.
that,
Hear that?
I think that
Oh, it's
I
your
think
bird?
that's my bird. Yeah, he's covered right now. It's past his bedtime, but
Ah,
sometimes he talks to
shit. I
himself.
think Lloyd's about to cut his head off.
Wait, can he talk?
He can, not always on command. Pretty baby, say something. Pretty baby.
Oh, that's his name,
Right.
Pretty Baby?
That's one of the things he says. So I just say things
Aw.
until he says them back, but he doesn't really listen.
Did you teach him that to say to your girl, or did she teach him that to say to you?
She she taught him that.
Yeah, that's cute. That's so adorable.
It is adorable. I want a little bird, dude. I want a little birdie. Have you ever seen JonTron?
He's a
He's
good
blushing with those Armenian cheeks.
It's the same kind of bird too.
I was
just
just
a different color.
It reminded me of when I saw your channel and your bird. I was like, oh, that reminds me of JonTron's little like, I forget the fucking name of that bird on JonTron, but
Jacques. Yeah,
Jacques.
I
That's
watch
right.
JonTron every once in a while.
Yeah, he's good shit.
But yeah, he's same kind of bird. It's just like the color mutation's different. Mine's colors are a little bit duller.
So you're in school right now?
Yeah, I'm a graduate student, so I'm on my way to my master's, but it's a slow road.
And you're doing it all online, I'm guessing?
Yeah, it's really easy to do like graduate stuff online because so much of it is just like independent study stuff. So you meet with your professor like once a week, but most of what you do is kind of on your own.
True. Gotcha. Wait, do you DM me, motherfucker?
Yeah.
What did you DM me, motherfucker?
I didn't know how to like say like whenever you're ready or whatever.
Oh yeah, why? Is it time? Oh, it's 10.
No, I don't care. I'm okay going on, but whenever you're ready, like because you're good with the fucking outro shit.
I'm not good. Stop saying that.
Well,
Stop saying.
You're better than me.
Yo, no, I'm not, dude.
My bird would have no wings. That thing would have fell out the nest.
No, because you always try, dude. You with the intro, you were like, "Oh, you're fucking better than me." You said you would do it. I never said that.
Right,
I never said it.
Bray, you're gonna have to sit for a second because me and him are about to start slapping each other. Listen, bro, I literally DM'd you the outro and deleted it from my notes because you said you were gonna do it.
No, I didn't. And we're talking about the intro, not the outro. No, you didn't. You didn't do that.
It's the same fucking thing,
dude.
Jen.
No, dude. It's on recording. I never said I wanted to. Why would I want to do the intro? Why would I want to do that?
Anyone who's listening to this, listen back to episode 7. Somewhere
they
in the
have,
beginning,
and they agree with me.
You
They're
can't
laughing right now.
I'm putting a poll on Twitter either tonight or tomorrow about this because anyone who listens to episode 7
of course,
knows.
Yeah, well, they're gonna side with you because it's your fucking Twitter, dude.
It's first off, it's our Twitter. We both control.
It's not our Twitter. It's not our Twitter.
Stop breaking the illusion, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just kidding, guys. It's both ours. We both run the
Even
Twitter.
though I, for some reason, each episode say I'm about to make a post on Twitter. I'm a fucking retard, bro.
Yeah, you are. I hate you. I'm not doing the intro or you're not pinning this on me, dude. I see what you're doing. I reject it. I pulled a Uno reverse. It's on you, man.
I do want to ask a couple more questions, then we'll be out. Brady, do you want to stick around for a little bit more live?
Yeah, sure. I'm not doing anything.
Well, we know that. Dude,
no one is. It's a fucking pandemic. You fucking.
So
Whitey.
Me and Gemma,
I want to fight with you, dude. Fuck Brady for a second. I can't believe you tried to pin the intro and outro on me, dude.
It's in episode 7.
It's not. You're lying. You're just saying.
I'm not lying.
Okay.
Okay. Brady.
He's lying.
I can't even, not even with a straight face can I talk to this man. Me and Jem are really
hit him with the bat.
We're big sticklers on thumbnails for YouTube videos. To give Jem credit, he has the best thumbnails in the podcast game. Like whatever the thumbnails he's doing on YouTube for us, they look amazing. I haven't seen any. Duel. With that being said, I love like this hour with you, man. You're fucking awesome to talk to, and your channel's really good. And the one video I saw was great. You got to fix the fucking thumbnails, man. You can't have those.
I'm lazy, man.
What's wrong with the thumbnails?
Have the parrot learn typewriting or something. Let it go to liberal arts typewriting parrot. Love you, baby school. But you got to learn how to fucking make some thumbnails.
Yeah, I know.
Are the thumbnails bad?
I'm fully aware of this one.
Wait, do you make them yourself?
No, better not.
I make videos like every single day, so I do like the laziest thumbnails.
True.
I've gotten a couple of them like customly made for like the gaming stuff, and I just pop a number in the corner or something. But yeah, for like the React stuff, I've slightly adjusted them recently to something kind of minimalistic, but really, I don't know what I want to do. I've messed with my format so many times.
Kind of
over the past year.
minimalistic.
Which ones are you talking about? Because are you talking about the ones with the bright, colorful borders?
No, hold on. Let me go to. It's like you.
Oh, that reminded me of
are
something.
using the beta phase of MS Paint.
Yeah, that's I don't know.
This guy knows social
dude,
studies, but he doesn't know how to use Photoshop.
Dude, I've seen your Assassin's Creed 3 videos. That's the ones I watch on a regular basis. I've seen every single one of them. You had to turn off the music though because of the fucking copyright, right?
I turned off the music because like I was having it was kind of a pain to edit because my voice was just not coming out loud enough. It was somehow
Okay.
being like just drowned out by the music, and just like it's so much easier to do commentary without the background music.
Yeah, no, I feel that. But I love that game, so I was really enjoying you playing it.
Shit! I'm sorry, Jeff. I'm
What?
looking. So I'm looking at the thumbnail for his most viewed video, which is Historian Reacts the
Oh,
room
God.
where it happens. And in this thumbnail, you look like an Arab magician.
What does that even mean?
That's before I was even making thumbnails. That's just
Why is this your most
screenshot from the
viewed?
video.
What is the room where it happens? I've never heard of that.
It's the most popular Hamilton song.
Cool.
That's probably the only reason.
Dude, people are obsessed
Big
with that
Dumb.
goddamn play. Do you think
That
that
was-
play is overrated?
That was a Shakespeare thing though. Before it was a Harlem thing, right?
Nah. That's fake.
Yeah.
What?
That's fake news.
Shakespeare did Hamilton, didn't he?
No, that was fucking
Hamlet.
Hamlet. Yeah, you
Oh,
idiot.
I thought this was like an all NBA remake or something. I'm stupid.
I was so confused there. That
Me
makes
too.
so much more sense now.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to me too now. So what's Hamlet about?
Hamlet? It's the Lion King, but with people.
No,
Yeah.
now I'm stupid.
Don't
What's
say
Hamilton
that.
about?
Don't say that.
Thank you, by the way, because the Lion King
It's
is
not, dude. That's
overrated.
one
It's
aspect
overrated.
of the Lion King. It's the best movie ever made. It's the best movie ever made.
Movie, Gem. It's the whole movie.
It's not the whole movie. It's one little side plot of the lions. The movie's about the cycle of life. All right, the circle of life, and
Wow,
No, that's what one
treading
song is
sacred
about the
ground here
movie.
for Jeb and I. God dang.
to distill it down to the fucking Hamlet. Come on,
He'll
guys.
shit on the Vatican, but the fucking religious.
Well, yeah,
because
because they touch kids. All right, yeah. Simba never touched a kid. All right, except for Pumbaa.
No,
but,
who the fuck's Pumbaa?
So fuck, you've never seen The Lion King?
I saw it when I was a kid because I'm an adult now. You retard.
Yeah, adults made the movie, dude. You don't have to be a kid to enjoy a fucking kids movie. All right, adults made it.
Yeah, but I already saw Hamlet, so I already saw The Lion King.
What were you talking about? I'm already confused.
We were talking about what's Hamilton. So yeah, what's Hamilton?
Oh, Hamilton was one of the founding fathers. He was the first Treasury Secretary, which sounds really boring, but the guy was kind of a workaholic maniac dude who could really just built the foundation for our country's economy.
Didn't he like federalize the government? Or,
Yeah,
like, the
he
bank?
was. He created the first national bank, which a lot of people were not really a fan of at the time. Like even now, like nobody trusts banks. So at
he's
the
guy
time,
that sold America.
Yeah, he's the guy. Yeah, this guy. Where's he live? I need to have a talk.
Dude, Bill Burr would have a field day if he had Brady on. Like he'd be
Oh
like,
my
"This is the guy. Let's get him."
I feel like they kind of idolize him in that. I've never seen it, but don't they? Isn't he like
mean,
the good guy?
Kind of like he's a mixed character. Like you can really admire how hard he worked, but the fact is he didn't like normal people. He liked well-off aristocrat rich people. He wanted them to run the country. He didn't really like democracy. He cheated on his wife. That's a big part of the play. Not always the nicest dude, but I guess people just admire that his economic system was brilliant. He was really
True.
smart.
Yeah, I feel like that whole like they cheated on their wife kind of It's like, who cares? Like, so did Martin Luther King. It doesn't like he led the civil rights movement. I don't really care what he did on his own time. You know.
Yeah. The only reason
Am I
that
alone in
matters
that?
is because the only reason that matters in this situation is because it like killed his political career at the time, and
Oh,
some
true.
people do believe that there might have been some financial corruption mixed in there, but I don't know as much about that part. I don't think it's true.
Sell the mortgages. I'll give you this pussy.
Oh Jesus! Have you
I didn't know this is the Brady and Gem show.
what? Oh, dude, you haven't let me talk once, you motherfucker.
Excuse me.
Nah, just kidding.
I think you both talked a lot.
We both
Thank
talked
you.
way more than we should have.
One thing that Gem and me like, we love a lot of stand-up comedians. Are you a fan of any stand-ups at all?
Yeah, I haven't watched a lot of stand-up recently, but I've watched like Dave Chappelle. I like John Mulaney. Some of those guys from the current SNL. I'm not a huge fan of SNL, but some of the guys from the current SNL cast are really good stand-ups. Bill Burr, he's great. Yeah, but I'm not a stand-up comedy buff. I won't tell you. I won't drop any obscure names on you or anything.
Gotcha. You know, I'm a big. We're I think both big fans of all three of those guys. I love. Or Gem, you don't like John Mulaney as much as I do.
Kyle Kinane is the
right?
best.
Kyle Kinane is not.
Kyle
the
Kinane
best.
isn't even in the top 100.
Yeah, that's dual. I listen. He had that one special that was.
And Lion
good.
King is Hamlet.
Lion King, dude, come on, stop with that whole Hamlet Lion King thing. Okay, it's a great movie, dude. Elton John.
No,
Come
but
on,
it's
no.
also
It's a
about
great
Hamlet.
play.
John Carpenter's The Thing is a great movie, but it's also technically a remake of The Thing from the 50s. And even though the 80s from John Carpenter's version.
Yeah, but that's
is
like
the
calling
best.
every romance comedy fucking Romeo and Juliet. It's like, okay, yeah, they all
No.
follow the same plot, but like there's differences.
Gem.
I mean,
It's
if
like
they both
calling
kill themselves at the end, yes.
It's like calling a Lion copycat animated version the same.
It's not. It's not even as close, except for the plot.
Oh my god! And Clifford the Big Red Dog was.
You think Shakespeare was the first person to be like, oh, you know, a brother fucking stabs his other brother in the back, and then his son becomes king. That's like he invented that. Shakespeare didn't invent that.
Lion King was Cain and Abel.
You're talking about fucking. That's like Greek mythology. Invented
Fine, then Lion King stole a stolen idea, so they're fucking stealers twice over.
Yeah, so did Shakespeare, though. That's my point. It's all stolen.
Okay, so then they suck. All of them suck. Shakespeare sucks. They suck. Vatican sucks.
Nothing's original. Nothing. Come on, nothing's original. All right.
Duel,
Zeus
if you say Kyle
fucking...
Kinane is the best one, I don't hate the guy stand up, but the best. You're making me very upset
over
right
here
now.
pulling the card to the court.
No, I don't even like his stand up. I've never even heard of him.
He has one special that's all right.
I doubt it.
Whiskey Icarus.
Everyone has a special these days.
The silver dollar flapjack bit is really good.
I have a silver dollar.
Yeah. Oh, Bray, why aren't silver dollars a thing? Come on, we need answers.
Or $2 bills.
Oh,
remember
that's
when
a
they said
good
that
one.
was going to be like the best? I have like 3 of them. They said, oh, it's going to be the biggest
Some of them
thing.
are worth a lot of money, bro.
Hey, now you're lying.
Some of them sell for like $2,000.
Fucking Charizard cards are worth fucking more than $2 bills. You don't mind. Bulbasaur is worth more than fucking. All right, yeah, no, but for real, have you ever thought about doing a Twitch, Brady?
I have a Twitch thing that I don't use because I like to claim my name on new social media sites.
Heck yeah.
But I don't have a great connection for that sort of stuff. I just need a better recording setup.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That would be perfect.
I'm playing the waiting game on that.
That would be perfect if you're playing like Assassin's Creed, and then you could have like your YouTubers like crowd like come over and they could ask questions in real time. You could be like, oh, fucking this and that.
Yeah, just work on the fucking thumbnails.
Guys
over here getting every username known to man. He's going to abc.com, and then his fucking thumbnails look like a macaroni sculpture that's going to be hung on a Christmas tree.
I'll work on it.
I can give setup suggestions. Hit me up in the Discord.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. What are we, fucking marketing team? Like, geez, shut up. Lay off the kid.
I'm helping you guys.
He's doing fine, dude.
Yeah, we're trying to help.
Hey, he doesn't like Lion King. He fucking. We don't need to
that's
grill
what
him.
you're mad about.
And
you invested in $2 bills.
Like Lion King. I just still think it's Hamlet.
Is it though?
It's almost exactly Hamlet.
What
Have
about
you ever
the
seen
whole-
Lion King on stage? It's that
No,
that'll feel even more like Hamlet.
I saw
Well,
Reptar on ice.
Reptar. What a callback, dude. Yeah, Reptar on it. Halt, I am Reptar. Halt,
Oh,
I am
you remember? You went there?
that episode, dude.
No, but there's an actual play. There was a play when I was a kid called Reptar on Ice.
Yeah, no, that's yeah.
I can't
I know.
believe I love you more than I've ever had in my life, Jeff.
Of course, I know what Reptar on it. You out of your mind?
Oh God.
Shows on ice suck though. I did watch one show on ice and it was bad.
It
But
was
no,
a hockey match.
yeah. No, I think it was Disney on Ice. I think Lion King was part of it, and I hated it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm running out of steam here. I have a cold. I'm sick right now, by the way.
Yeah, Brady, this has been great, but we're probably going to be ending it right about now when Jem does the outro.
I'm not doing the outro.
Okay, Brady, is there anything like last you want to say? Anything like that?
Oh, just thanks for having me on. This was really cool. It's nice to get a little bit of interaction. I've clearly gone a long time without it.
Oh, jeez,
yeah.
I feel like you've been in a hole for like 16 years or
Yeah,
something.
so have I, dude. It's a weird year. No, it was
It's
really fun to
over.
talk to you, man. It's cool because I actually really dig your channel, so it was really cool to actually talk to you, like the dude behind it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to have you on again, man. Maybe sometime. We're still like a small little podcast here, but I appreciate you coming on, even though we're like just a little startup shop here, a little hot dog stand. It was fun.
This was fun. If you want to do it again, just hit me up. I'll try to make time.
Nice.
All right.
Yes, same thing with Jem though. Like we're really small, but we'll try anything you want us to like broadcast about this whole stream and everything to let people know about you. We'll definitely try. Guys, seriously, thank you all for coming.
Well,
This
so
has
hold on.
been- I
Wait.
see. This is why I don't do the outro.
Yeah, no, you do the outro, but we just have to say, because if this podcast ever did blow up in the future, which it never will, but if it did, we'll plug the Social Stud. Go check the Social Stud out on YouTube.
I was just gonna plug. You think I wasn't
Because
gonna do that?
when people find new podcasts that are big, they go back and listen to the
Do
beginning
you
ones.
think I wasn't gonna fucking plug him just now? Do you really think I'm that evil?
Yeah. I really think you were just about to go, oh, the nothing's
I
fucking.
wasn't. I
Yeah, you
wasn't.
were. Yeah, you
No,
were.
I swear
believe
to
you.
unreal. I swear to Methodist Jesus that I wasn't gonna do that.
No, not that. It was the Jesuit. No, not the fucking. What was it? The Protestants.
It was the jazz. The what's it called from South Park? The Jewsiacs. It was the Jewsiacs.
Choose the X.
Okay, so no, seriously, guys. Anyone to the two people who listen to this podcast, wherever you listen to it on, Social Stud. That's Brady's YouTube channel. It's fucking great. Over 20,000 subs, and he fucking reacts to history videos, which is really cool. And Brady, what's your Twitter handle?
It's just at Brady Douglas. Douglas has 2 S's in it. 'Cause I'm Scottish or something.
So
I don't
that's his Twitter. You can check him out there. Is that a good amount of plug, Gem, or should I say anything more before the outro?
Oh, that's good, dude.
All right, cool. This has been the Nothings Podcast, episode number 8 on Twitch TV. You can listen to it anywhere else on all the fucking audio platforms, probably within the next day, and follow us on Twitter at
And when's it
Nothings
live?
Pod. It's always live 8 p.m. Eastern time on Mondays on Twitch.tv. And
At
all
what
the
time?
I said 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Did you?
Yeah. Why are you like? Am I getting like? Are you gonna give me a grade?
I'm
when we're done?
backseat. I'm backseat plugging, dude.
Jem, I can't do this. I can't. It's too phony. I just.
I'll
feel
do
like-
it then. I'll do it.
Thank you. All right, you do it now.
No, you just did it. We're not gonna do it twice.
All right, let's just end this for the love of
Yeah.
God.
All right, Duel.
You any kind of artist? Anybody know who you are? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
You are a nothing.
You're not even doing okay. You're not even doing kind of good, dude.
Imagine being such a nothing that a homeless guy breaks up with you.
I want to kill him.
I want to crash a plane into your head.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, hold on. That's like.
hold on.
No, you hold on.
I'm standing up.
You're miserable, mediocre, nothing. You nothing.